Welcome, listeners and viewers. This is the Goal of Swell podcast, and I am the host, Elijah Vargas. This is the show where we talk to students about sports, lifting, their lives outside of school, and their plans for the future. I have a background in lifting, wrestling, and also running. In today's episode, we're going to be talking to Arjun, Mann, and Zain about their plans for the future, simulated realities, alien invasions, and more.
One sport that I have been paying attention to a lot is poker.
Yeah, this is a low-key, this is like the origin of our friendship. So,
Pretty good. All right. Hey guys, this is Elijah Vargas from the Goal of Swell podcast. Can you guys introduce yourselves?
Hi, my name's Arjun. I'm going to U of I next year. I met Elijah through high school.
what's up, guys? My name's Zain. I'm also going to U of I with Arjun and Mann here. I actually met Elijah through wrestling. It was weird. We didn't talk through all of high school, and then ever since I started wrestling, we got close. So, yeah.
Hey, what's up? My name is Mon. I'm going to Urbana with these two, and I'm a sort of certified cornball.
Okay, so summer just started. We just graduated and all that. What are your guys' plans for this summer? What are you guys doing?
So for me, I'm going to U of I next year, and a bunch of my friends are going to college. So it's the last summer that I have with some of my friends. So I'm trying to spend it as much with them. We got grad parties going on, working. That's pretty much it. Just having a good time last summer.
Yeah, just like Arjun was saying, this summer's our last summer all together. So, low-key, every night, me, Arjun, Mann, our entire friend group, we're always hanging out. We always got something going on. So, yeah, this summer's going to be fire.
Yeah, they play volleyball a lot. We're low-key not a fan, but we're going to play spike ball, hella grad parties.
Yeah.
Wait, am I allowed to say hella?
Yeah.
Oh, hella grad parties, and I got shorty duties too, so I'll be pretty busy.
Respect.
Dude, no, I actually love all of that. I see. When was it? A few weeks ago, you guys were playing volleyball or something. You guys were getting senior assassin kills from that.
Bro.
I thought that was so funny, dude.
I'm telling you.
Some of you guys get caught lacking and shit.
Dude, volleyball, it's a low-key, a nightly thing. We have this group chat. We get 30 people every single night, and we just run out volleyball. So
I love it.
Yeah, that's fire.
So you guys were telling me before this that you guys all have certain jobs. What jobs do you guys have?
So low-key, I just applied for Moretti's. I just needed to get some quick cash and fact. Hey, throw up the M. Yeah, fact. I know a bunch of my friends, especially from school. They all work at Moretti's, and they're bro, it's quick bread and it is easy too. So that's what I've been on.
Yeah, I've been a delivery driver since last year. Took a little detour from work because I crashed my car. Bad story. We could talk about that later, but such a dumbass. But I started working again, and then, like you said, it's just easy bread. You get to hang. It's all our friends from Bartlett that go there too. So it's it's either we get paid to hang out or we go paid to drive. So it seems easy to me. So
Yeah, I've been working at Panera for the last year. It's basically just free food, just hang out for most of the time. And I was a math tutor before. I absolutely hated it. So yeah, I'm chilling at Panera right now.
Yeah.
I feel like you guys are advertising for your businesses that you work at, which I think that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Especially
The M, bro. The M.
There's a W. Work benefits.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah.
100%, bro.
I'm especially, yeah.
Okay, so I want to move into your guys' background. What activities were you guys interested in when you were children, when you were younger?
Well, for me, my parents just kind of put me in multiple different sports and different activities, I guess. I played chess when I was a kid. I did random shit, played basketball for it was the pee-wee shit. What do they call it? Pee-wee basketball. It's the little kid shit.
Yeah.
And I just got into that stuff, but I was just more into I don't know, self-absorbed things, doing stuff with myself. That sounds really weird, but I'm saying it's not activities that fulfillment. Yeah, pause for sure.
Pause.
But I don't know. I was just always in my own world doing random shit. So yeah.
It's kind of fire.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know, me and Arjun were on the same soccer team, second grade.
We're monsters. Shout
We were,
out.
what was it, the Elgin Monsters or something? I don't even know.
Shout out.
Number one bench warmer right here, let me tell you.
So for me, honestly, from what I do now compared to what I did as a kid, I just played soccer, and my entire life I hooped. Ever since freshman year, yeah. So I hooped my entire life, And then once I got into high school, like I got really obsessed with like combat sports. So I did lots of like wrestling, jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai. And yeah, it's like complete 360 of what I've like always done. So
Yeah,
that's what
I'd
I've
say
done.
it's a similar. So I actually knew you. You used to hang out with Gavin like freshman year.
Yeah.
I knew of like your existence. I don't really know if I talked to you, but I knew that because you ran cross country.
Yeah.
For like a week or two.
Yeah.
You went into like basketball.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I've had like a similar progression where like I went from like running and like doing stuff like that, and then I full 360 into combat sports. Now I do like like boxing, and I do wrestling. I do all that stuff.
Yeah, I've been peeping
That's
that
what
shit
I
on
wanna
your
do
story.
in college too. I want to do a lot of it.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
No, I said I was peeping you like doing lots of boxing and stuff. Like, what do you think got you into that?
Rocky,
bro. I'm telling
I'd
you.
say like Rocky or like just seeing like watching clips of like Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson is a machine, bro.
He's
Mike
like my
Tyson
idol,
is a machine. Bro, like I'll watch like clips of Mike Tyson boxing, and like the force in his punch is actually insane.
His style is just like he's always like moving forward.
You're biting
And
people's
he
ears
never
and
really
shit,
backs up. It's insane.
Who you guys think is like the greatest fighter in the world though? I think it has to be John Jones, right? It has to be.
Yeah, for sure.
That dude, like he used to. I remember I watched like an interview clip from him. He said that he used to do like cocaine and like random drugs like the week before his fights, just so he can like prove to himself that even being drugged up, he could still beat the fuck out of anybody. And that's crazy to me. So yeah.
Wasn't like Usain Bolt doing some shit like that where like he'd get like super drunk like right before, and then he'd go run like a world record time.
Yeah,
like that.
probably that guy's fast. Yeah, he got burners for sure. Mario level.
It's actually a random fact, but like Usain Bolt, like they studied his DNA, and he actually has something in his DNA that like genetically makes him faster. Like since he was born. It's kind of crazy.
Okay, so I watched like this. It's gonna sound hella weird. I watched like this like hour-long documentary that just talks about each like ethnicity and each like racial group and their specific like advantages that they have in sports. So like specifically, they were talking about like if they go in depth in it in the video, like their like the differences in like their cells and their makeup and their genetic makeup and all that. But they were talking about like East Africans and West Africans, and I think like West Africans are just good at like literally everything.
No,
That's
bro,
why
they're just athletic
you
as
see them
hell.
in like UFC, you see them in like literally every sport. Like even, dude, if you pay attention, like you could see that what's her name? The tennis player. She's coming.
Serena Williams.
Yeah, Serena Williams.
Yeah.
She's coming up. She's black, and it's like she's the only one in there. But it also proves that like they're getting they're coming into other sports. Same with Simone Biles. She's coming into gymnastics. Well, I wouldn't say that much for like baseball, but you see it a lot in football, basketball, all of that. But yeah, I think it's kind of crazy. The difference is like the East Africans don't really have the opportunities that like the West Africans, because I think the West Africans came from the slave trade, but I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, like if you come across that video, I recommend it. It's crazy.
For
bro.
sure.
That's crazy.
So you two were talking about a little when you met. I want to know like when did you guys meet?
Oh, bro, me and Arjun. I met Arjun. It was first grade or second grade. It was first grade, I think. We weren't in the same class first grade, but we would have like recess together. Let me tell you, bro.
You had Besh?
I did not have that. I had Ford. Yeah, so we had Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, but let me tell you. Me and Arjun for the first 2 years, we hated each other. I'm dead ass about it. Me and Arjun hated each other. I don't really remember why. I just know like I was low key a snitch. I'm a like take credit for that. I was a snitch. I was a snitch.
Yeah,
From all the way up from like first grade to like fourth grade, I was a snitch. Yeah, and like Arjun was just like he's just a hoe. Like I don't really know. Like, I just didn't like Arjun. You know?
That makes sense. Yeah, so I've known Mom since like first grade, been friends since like third grade, and like we've basically like we switched elementary schools, 4th through 6th grade, went to the same one, and then we went to the same middle school. And our home school is Elgin High School, but we somehow both ended up at Bartlett High School, and then Bartlett High School is when I met this motherfucker first day. So
Yeah, that was low key. So like, this is a low key. Yeah, this is like the origin of our friendship. So it was like, so for the Bartlett Academy, we have like this orientation day, right? And I didn't know anyone because my home school is South Elgin, so I knew like maybe 3 kids there. And I saw Arjun, right? Because he was like, I don't know, he looked cool. Like, he looked like he can have a conversation type shit. So I walked up to, or no, did you walk up to me or I walked up to you?
No, you were listening to music or something.
I was listening, yeah. I was listening to music. And then Arjun's like, yo, what's up? Like, what's your name? And I'm like, oh, my name's Zan, like the drug, right? Because it was just easier for people to remember. And Arjun goes, yo, do you smoke? And after that, it was just like, after that, me and Arjun became boys. Then I met Mon, and like, we had that whole like Bartlett friend group.
Yeah, we don't do that shit. We
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
do that
fact.
shit,
We
though.
don't
But, like,
condone that
it's just
stuff.
cause like
Never done
it's just cause like I just thought like the way he looked, I thought he was that type of guy, but none of us really like ever got into that type of stuff.
Yeah,
so.
facts.
Yeah.
But
Hold on. So then, yeah, and then we get to the first day of school, right? And then, so this is a legendary conversation, the group pissing conversation.
Oh,
This one's
yeah.
legendary. I feel like first day of school, this low-key brought us all together, like
Facts.
closer as brothers.
Facts.
Shu, Bagheera,
All
Will.
of them.
Yeah.
We all sat down. It was the lunch table.
Yeah.
Freshman year lunch table. I don't even know how. Oh yeah, like 3 girls from our lunch table. They walked up to go to like they went to the bathroom together. And we're just like, bro, like. Imagine if guys did that, you know? Like, imagine if guys, imagine if we just pissed together. You know, imagine, like, group pissing with guys. And I think it just, like, went from there.
yeah, that was basically
I
origin
swear
of
I've had
friendship.
conversations like that. But dude, that story's like epic. You
Yeah.
guys are taking it all the way back.
Yeah.
I love it. So, you know, after freshman year, everything got all whack with COVID. I want to know, how did that like affect your guys' like friendship and all the people like you're close with?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Get Arjun right. Arjun can tell his side of the
Oh, yeah.
story. Yeah.
Okay, so like for me, like COVID really, seriously did not like affect anything. I guess like when like there was a mandatory quarantine, we all just stayed in the crib for a little bit. But like we were on FaceTime, house party, talking to each other every day till like 4 a.m. And we didn't have like, bro, school's a joke. Like, let's be real. We weren't really doing anything, so we were playing video games all day. We were just making do with what we got. But like, well, as soon as like that quarantine got lifted, bro, we was outside with it every single day, you know, like we were just like doing stuff together. It was just chill. And then like for a little bit, like I mean, me, Mon and Zan were always like close, but like Zan, like he had like a different friend group, but it was weird because now everyone's friends. But like that time there was like a friend group, and then me and Mon were in a friend group, and we were still talking. We would hang out like big events, but we never really like hung out like a lot. Then there was just like a day like right before the first day of like school. We were just like linked back of junior year. That was like in-person school again, right? And we all just linked, and like we chopped it up like it was like we didn't regularly talk, and then we just came back and we talk like it was like we talk every day type stuff. So it was cool, yeah. And then we're still best friends. So
Yeah. I think the weirdest part was like during that whole like I guess like that summer, right? It was weird because like all of us would talk and all of us were boys, and like I considered them my best friends. They considered me their best friend. And like, but for some reason we just never hung out. Like we just thought, like I don't even know what it was.
Like,
there was just like some underlying, like I don't know
there's
what it
something
was.
going on, but,
We
like,
just
it was
thought
like
like
that
we just thought we weren't cool. But like, anyways, like oh yeah, like what Arjun was saying, like a day before summer ended, we all hung out. We just chopped it up and we're like, bro, why didn't we link whole summer?
like
Yeah.
missed it. But then
And then it was too late. But then junior year went by. We was all boys.
Yeah,
Everyone chopped it up, and now we had senior year just finished. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really got much to add. I mean, honestly, sophomore year summer might have been one of my favorite summers, just because like, I don't know, I feel like we made it work during COVID, and we still like went to a ton of places. And like, again, like I'm not a big fan of like volleyball and all that stuff, so I didn't pop out much junior year to like all the volleyball events, but I still go to all the big events. I think like, I don't know, I feel like from sophomore year to now, we've kind of like combined a lot of our friend groups up to the point that we have like one really big friend group. Shout out Shenanigans with Hooligans right there. So we have one massive friend group. Yeah, it's like 40, 50 people in that. We all just hang out now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like it's evolved.
Yeah, for sure.
That's fire. So yeah, I honestly for me, I don't really fit into like one friend group because I did track and then I did wrestling, right? Those are two like completely different people in both sports. So I have close friends that are on like the football team. Yeah. And I have close friends that like run. I have close friends that do like literally everything under the sun, bro. Yeah. Like I'm friends with you guys. And it's like,
right.
I mean, I won't say I have like the brotherhood that you guys have, but yeah, I'm just kind of like off doing my own thing, and I've got like friends from everywhere.
For sure.
Yeah, I feel like
I'm like a
Unironically.
I'm a social butterfly.
Okay.
No, I feel-
Unironic popular.
Yeah, I was right about to say that shit.
No, I feel like that's also like Arjun. I feel like Arjun has a ton of friend groups. He's
Yeah,
just like
for sure.
Arjun's just like that one person that like just pops in and out of like every like
Yeah.
little area. So like yeah.
I think I've always kind of been like that. I'm not entirely sure, but
sure.
it also gives me an advantage when I started this podcast because I could just like get people from different backgrounds
Yeah.
and just throw them on the podcast and they could just talk and it's like, wow, I'm learning a lot about you even though I don't like completely. I'm not like
with you.
yeah like, but yeah, it's crazy. Like I learned lessons and I learned, oh wow, you've been through this, but like I've never really been through that, but I can take the lessons that you've learned from that, which is I think is really really cool. I want to ask, how did COVID change like your mentality and outlook on life?
I'm not gonna lie, COVID really didn't change much for me. It was like, it was kind of tough because like my parents really stopped me from going out and stuff. They let me go out like once every 2 weeks. So I mean, I guess like the one thing I learned was just like making the most of every moment. It's kind of like even nowadays, even like now when we're hanging out with friends, I still really prefer doing like big stuff. Like I like chilling like with everyone and stuff, but like I like going places a lot because like I think it's from back when I was like not able to go out as much. If I was able to go out once every 2-3 weeks, I wanted to like actually do something, like go like Six Flags or the beach or somewhere. So I feel like that just carried over to now. I still just really like going to all those like big events and stuff.
For sure. I think like this goes for me and Arjun. Like we valued money a lot more. Like that sophomore year of quarantine, dude, me, Arjun, and like 4 of my other boys, we were some degenerates. Like we'd stay up. Like remember when like the PS5s were selling for like $1,200?
That
Dude,
was us.
me, Arjun, and like we had this like group chat, right? And we were also in like these reselling discords, dude, for probably like 16 hours a day.
Yeah.
We'd just be reselling. And it could be anything. Like I remember I resold like some dolls. What do they call like the pop dolls or whatever?
It was like the pop.
No.
Yeah.
It was something.
no,
right?
no, I know
got some
here.
up
What's
there, I
wait?
think. Yeah.
No, it wasn't even Funko, but I don't know what it was. But dude, you
Yeah.
could sell like anything, and we just like whatever it was. If there was money involved, like we just do it.
Yeah.
That's fire.
I think I know what you were talking. You sold a Kylie Jenner fridge.
Dude, yeah, like
That
what?
like that's the shit like
Yeah.
that was happening. But yeah, like Zan said, it was like for me it was definitely about money, but I think in general it was about getting ahead, right? Because I was also like I was definitely focused on like getting money. I was on the PS5 website making different accounts, different addresses. I shipped a PS5 to my neighbor's house so that I could resell it, and it was really really good money. Like like I mean, people get mad, but like just get there faster. That's all I have to say. But on top of that, like I was just like with getting ahead, like so I'm like chronically Indian, so I have to go to college, and I don't mind. I want to go to college. I think it's a good thing to do. Yeah. But like one thing that's important, standardized test scores. Like so while everyone in junior year was stressing, me, Mon, and my friend Ronan, we were like getting on top of that. Sophomore year, we finished it. Junior year, like everyone was stressed. Me, Mon, and Ronan were just like sitting back, relaxing. Like it really had nothing to do. We were just like preparing for other stuff like related to college, and like that I think was what COVID really helped me with. Is like just making sure that you are ready for the next step, like a couple steps before, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? So yeah.
It really just like kind of changed your world. So it gave you like a reality check, and you're like, things can really change in like a day.
100%.
So,
yeah.
for me, I think I got that whole like sophomore year. I was like learning how to drive and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So literally the day I got my license was the first day at my job. So I literally like came back home from the DMV and I drove to my job where I still work today. It was a martial arts school.
Okay.
And today, like this summer, I'm gonna be doing. I have a full-time job, maintenance job at a school district.
Nice.
6 to 3. So I gotta wake up early now. But yeah, so I'm gonna be doing that on top of the job I already have. It's like if I work every day at the martial arts school, it's gonna be like a 60-hour week or some shit.
Damn.
Wow.
So I'm gonna be working more than my parents.
There you go.
I think it's crazy, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna be hustling for money. I'm gonna go into college with like a full bank account.
Yeah,
That's gonna be
that's
insane.
good.
So I'm not entirely sure how much you guys lift, but how often do you guys lift if you do?
So I'm pretty on and off with it. I have a love-hate relationship. So I not even hate. I just love the gym, but it's like sometimes I just be lazy and I don't go. But when I go to the gym, I always like like in my head, I know I'm gonna feel better after I go to the gym, but like before, you just be lazy sometimes, and it's just so annoying. But when I go to the gym, I like have like a 3-week, 4-week like burst of just going to the gym consistently, and then like after that, I might just like falter for a little bit. But I'm trying to get that like consistent for college for sure.
Yeah, no, for me it's like a little bit different because I've been lifting since like freshman year. Yeah. So like those first 2 years, like freshman, sophomore year, dude, lifting was my entire life. Like I'd literally go to school just like looking forward to, okay, after this I can go lift. Right? And like
I totally get
dude,
that, dude.
And I know like lots of people that go to the gym, like I even used to be like this. Like I didn't see food as food. I saw it as macros. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
like
no,
dude, that's low-key
dude.
crazy to think. Yeah, even as like a wrestler, like dude, it's crazy that we see food as like a number or like a certain amount of calories or like a certain weight. So yeah, dude, that was like crazy. I mean, now like ever since I started doing martial arts, like I low-key fell out of lifting. And like for that whole like year, like junior year, I didn't lift at all. Like I just focused on like grappling, like wrestling, jiu-jitsu, stuff
Even
like that.
That shit will get you in
Dude,
shape
I know,
and
exactly. And
strong
that's why I didn't like mind like not lifting. And then wrestling season started. And
That's
dude, yeah, exactly. That's lifting. I think that's what got me back into it. And I think the only times I'm really inconsistent is like whenever I have like a competition coming up and I got to cut weight, dude, you have no motivation to lift at all. So, I mean, other than that, I'd say I'm pretty consistent. And honestly, everyone should lift for sure.
Yeah, I feel like I'm like just getting into lifting now. Like I got a membership to Export just for this summer, but like I've been focused on like just kind of putting on weight, I guess, because I was maybe an inch shorter freshman year. I was 6'2", but I weighed 140. So I was like a twig back then. I know it was bad, but now like I've just been focused on like putting up the weight, and I'm like 180 now. So we're there. So we're getting somewhere.
Yeah, I'm around there.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm
a short 180.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a tall 180. So it still looks like nothing. But you know, yeah, we're working on it.
I'm about like 5'11".
Oh,
But if I wear
that's
shoes,
not-
I'm 6 foot.
That's
what I
For the girls at 6 foot.
That's
For
what
the
I
girls
say.
at 6
That's
foot.
what I
Exactly.
say.
No, you gotta round up.
Better round up sometimes.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, I feel like I even if I do start like going to the gym, I feel like it would just be more for like aesthetics and stuff. Because let me tell you what I told them. I'm 6'2", I'm 6'2", 6'3". I might get cheated on now. If I'm 6'3" and I have abs, never getting cheated on. Never getting cheated on.
I hope your girl gets cheats on you just for that.
Nah, I'm kind of, right now, I'm looking at the camera. Anisha's gonna
Now,
cheat
what are
on
the
me.
predictions for when I'm getting cheated on?
What is going on?
This is some crazy.
Man, that's crazy.
Maximum 3 days in a
3 days.
college.
3 days.
days.
A week. We'll give it a week.
3
We'll give it a
days.
week. We'll give it a week.
Long day.
We'll come back to this.
No, I was in my last podcast. I haven't uploaded it yet, but I was talking to Gerald. One of my questions that just came out of the blue. I asked him how much of your lifting is like contributed to looking good for your girl,
No facts.
and he said something like 1/3 or something.
Nah,
like,
bro,
Hell,
deadass?
3/4.
No, hey, I'm not gonna lie. Like at first, when you first get into that relationship, it's like low key, like 80% of it. When you're like 6-7 months deep, bro, I can't lie. That relationship weight be hidden. Facts.
That relationship
Facts,
weight?
No, 'cause
bro.
Because then we go on too many. No,
Exactly.
because I go on dates, and all those days were just food.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm out just munching every single
Yeah,
day.
yeah,
And I look
facts.
at myself, I'm like, damn, bro.
No, that's what I'm saying. But you get comfortable because you're
You
like,
get-
oh, it's my girl.
Yeah,
like she's not gonna
yeah,
care.
I eat all I
type
want,
shit,
but
and
then
you
I
just
eat too
munch.
much.
Yeah, exactly.
I get that.
So yeah.
That's hilarious. So I know you were talking about John Jones earlier. What sports do you guys pay attention to right now?
Dude, I obviously like the NBA, you know, Nuggets and 6 for sure. It's for the plot, so like they probably want. No, they probably will, but here's the thing, right? NBA, like I honestly do think it's all like kind of scripted, like a little bit. So I think that they have to. No, like a little bit. So they want to sell more like seats and shit. So like the more games they have, the more money they make.
Yeah.
I just think that. But Nuggets in 6. If it's in 5, I'll shake your hand. All right. But other than that, like I don't know. I just be watching hella like UFC clips on TikTok, bro. Like this shit is
I love it.
scary to watch.
Yeah.
Scary to watch because like those guys are killers, bro. Like they will really do like they're not day-to-day people. Like I look at you like a normal guy. Like you look at one of those guys, they will kill you. You look at them the wrong way. Yeah.
They walk.
Yeah, bite your ear off, Mike Tyson style. Yeah.
They walk into the room and you see, dude. That's like when we're in wrestling, bro. they walk into the room and they have that cauliflower ear, you're like, nah,
Yeah, you know that.
No
okay,
cap,
you know what, I
no
don't
cap.
wanna-
Yeah. No, for me, low-key, I used to watch so much basketball. Like what I was saying, like when hooping was my life, that's all I used to watch. And then, I mean, for the last, like, I don't even know, like last 7, 8 years, every single like main like UFC card, me and my dad always watch it. And like ever since then, like even now, like even my dad isn't even watching, I'm always watching UFC. Like any MMA, like I'll watch Bellator, I'll watch ONE FC. Yeah, dude, I'm just big on MMA.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like a casual NBA watcher. Like I watch the playoffs. Like I've been watching like the Heat game and then like the Nuggets game. Like I've been watching those. But like low key, I watched a lot of cricket. I can't lie. Cause because it was from when I was little, and there was always like there's a World Cup basically every 2 years. So like me and my dad, like how your dad would watch like UFC, and like card fights. Like me and my dad would wake up, and it's like because the games are like on the other side of the globe, they start at like 4 a.m. for us. So me and my dad would wake up 4 a.m. and just watch cricket, and I think it just like carried over to now. Like I play cricket, I watch cricket, and then I think it's just like I think it's a really interesting game to watch now, especially because like. You know, what did you say? Like, because we're brown? I don't remember the words you used.
We're
clinically brown or something.
brown.
Yeah, chronically brown. Yeah,
That's
so I gotta watch cricket. It's just in my blood.
Wait, let me see that.
One sport that I have been paying attention to a lot is poker. No, it counts, bro. It counts.
W sport.
Dude,
W
it
sport.
counts. Okay, like it's not like a physical sport, but like, bro, those guys really get in the tank with each other, bro. It's a very mental and emotional game sometimes, bro. It gets pretty serious. Phil Hellmuth, Doyle Brunson. I don't know, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Like when I was telling you guys, I was talking to Sachin earlier, but yeah, whenever I was sitting in class, he was paying attention to. It's like poker.
Yeah.
And like he paid a hell of attention to that. And I was like, I've never seen anybody that into like poker, like where they pay attention to like professionals and shit like
Yeah,
that.
our group is pretty heavily into poker. It's pretty bad, yeah.
It's pretty bad.
Nah, I'm speaking out on this. The poker degeneracy right now is wild.
Yeah.
No, don't do that, bro. It's bad.
Yeah. Even like Nate. Dude,
Nate's far. Nate's too far gone.
Nate's far gone, bro.
Yeah,
We can't get him back. Yeah.
We can't get you back. You're in the same boat as
I'm
Nate.
not that bad.
You in the
I'm
same
not
boat.
that bad.
Nate's kinda
I don't
crazy.
think you understand like the levels. Just because yo ass don't like the game.
I have not. Okay, for a reference, they will play poker maybe 3-4 times a week.
That's not true.
Yes, true. Yes, that's true. Three times. Hold on. I haven't pulled up for the last 3-4 months just because like there's like a learning curve. Chill with that. There's a learning curve. I stopped like right here. They're up here now, and I don't got the interest
Dude,
anymore.
We're
For
trying to
it.
be competitive. It's
Competitive
fun.
for what, bro? It's not a sport. It's not a sport.
I get
All
what
right,
you
so in Mon's defense, right? Arjun's saying it's not that bad.
I mean,
So
okay.
basically, 3 days. No, was it last
It wasn't
week?
us.
It was this
It
weekend.
wasn't us.
Oh,
It wasn't us.
So it was this
Tell
weekend.
him about the part.
I'm telling him. That's what I'm
Yo,
saying.
You guys be careful. Don't say anything that's like.
Oh yeah, nothing
okay,
like
okay,
that.
okay.
Yeah. So basically, it was me, or no, it was how many people? There was like 15 people, right?
Yeah, look at him.
So we finished playing poker, and it was Arjun.
Not Arjun. It wasn't me. It was
It
Mamba,
was
Parth, and Shiv.
Yeah, it was 3 of our friends, right?
I don't do that.
And they were just throwing money around. And then there was this one hand where they would just flip cards and just see who had the best hand,
Yeah,
right?
it was so bad. Yeah,
Some kid won $120 in 3 seconds.
literally like.
Off one hand.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
It was pretty.
It gets pretty bad
Yeah,
sometimes.
it does.
All right. I kind of want to move on. We're talking about poker and sports and lifting, all that. But I want to move on to like talk about you guys' future because I know we're moving into summer and a lot of kids are focusing on like what they're gonna do when they become adults. So what are you guys gonna do after high school? What's your plans?
Well, for me, I'm going to college, so I'm going to U of I I'm business undeclared right now, like as everyone that is in Gies, which is my college under my university, but I'm planning on either doing finance and data science or accounting and data science. So either one should get me into like good IB roles, which is investment banking, and that's like a very lucrative job that can like help you get into management later and basically set yourself up for success. But my future should entail a big house, $1 million is what I'm planning on. So yeah.
Love it. I love it.
All right. Yeah, just same with Arjun. Like we're all going to U of I. Right now I'm undeclared because I don't know what I want to do. I'm kind of deciding between like comp sci and econ, or like data science and accounting. My only fear is like, because I know everyone, like including this guy and this guy, they're both doing data science, is like, just like because I've talked to lots of people in the field, and they were saying that in the next like 4 or 5 years, because there's going to be so many people, that the field might become saturated. So that's my only fear. But other than that, dude, technology is the future. No matter what you do, like I know like some of my friends who are even in med, and they're like minoring in comp sci just because they need that knowledge. So yeah, that's what.
Yeah, I feel like me and Arjun have basically the same ideas for our major, but I think we have really different ideas of what we want to do for like an actual job. Like Arjun wants to go into IB. I would never do something like that because that's like 80-hour work weeks in the beginning, and I feel like low-key what I want to do is I just want to get like a nice maybe like venture capital, just like a nice job in the business field. I'm gonna chill like that with a nice 6-figure income for a bit, and then I'm just gonna invest in a ton of businesses. I'm trying to like follow after my uncle who. He actually got his degree in IT, but then he switched over. He went to college again to get a degree in like business, and now he's making like $300,000-$400,000 just because he owns so many businesses. So I'm trying to do the same thing, honestly. Yeah, but honestly, I'm happy with the 6-figure income. I don't have like really big goals. I want to say like if I get a 6-figure income, my wife gets a 6-figure income, I'll be happy.
Solid.
Yeah. So actually, my parents both went to U of I.
Oh, nice.
So I think my dad studied like kinesiology or something, and now he works at a fitness company. He's like he sells fitness equipment to like big companies like Amazon, Walmart. He hates Walmart. I heard a lot of people hate Walmart, but yeah, no, like big companies like that. I think my mom. I'm not entirely sure. She got into education. Now she's like a teacher, so I think U of I is a really good school and it's rewarding. A lot of people end up in the fields that they want, so I think that's really desirable if you're looking for a school.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, my next question was, what are you guys going to be studying? But you guys made that pretty clear. Can you guys explain why you chose the schools that you did? So it's all the same school, but like.
Look. Urbana is just live.
Facts.
I feel like
Yeah,
like it's just like a lot. Like when I started applying, like from the beginning, I applied to like, okay, I'm not gonna say like better. Okay, yeah, I applied to better schools. I applied to like Georgia Tech, and I applied to like, I didn't apply to Mich. I was going to apply to Mich, and then like I thought about it, and I visited U of I, and I'm just like, I just really want to go here. Like there's such a good like social life. It has really good education. Like I'm like what I'm doing data science, even though like. Their business college is like it's in public business schools. It's like top 10, top 15 somewhere there. But like their data science program takes like inspiration from their comp sci program, and their comp sci program is 5th in the United States. Yeah. So like really good program, really good social life, and like I'm just going with all the like we're just going all of us to the same. Me and Zain dorming together. Arjun's the next door over. We're the Nugent nuisances, bro. Like it's just gonna be fire.
Yeah. No, yeah. There's not much like else to say. Like it's just live. Like. And obviously, like, yeah, what Mann was saying, like, dude, the education there is amazing. There's good people there. And, like, the entire environment's good, so, yeah.
I've pretty much wanted to go to U of I since, like, junior year. I went to visit with my cousin, and it was really fun. And on top of that, for me, like, I'm super blessed, right? So my parents are paying for my college, and I'm so blessed for that. Like, it really does help a lot. But, in-state tuition's just like easier for me, so I also only applied to like 5 schools just because I knew I wanted to go to U of I. So I applied to like one other school that I'd be okay with going to, and like knowing for almost basically 100% fact that I would was UIU Kelly, right? And I knew I was gonna get in there, but I wanted to go to U of I, so that was kind of my safety. And then I did like 3 other random schools just for like the heck of it, I guess, just in like by God's grace that I don't get in. But I chose U of I obviously because like. For me, it's like the social aspect, and the community there is just so like compact, and like I've been friends with a lot of people in U of I for a while, so it's like as I go there, I'm gonna know people there already that like can like help guide me through like the process that is college, because it can be confusing for sure. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
The good thing about U of I is like it's such a big school, but there's like specific groups of like I wouldn't say cliques, but like there's groups based on like what you guys study, kind of
what you guys are interested in. So
yeah. Same with dorms, because like I know the dorms aren't like specific to what you study, but Yeah, like the friend groups are pretty good. That's what I heard. That's how it was for my dad. His best friend was an engineer. And his other friend is like a psychiatrist, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually Indian.
Oh,
I will
nice.
add that. He
Love Indians.
He transferred to a school in India after a few years.
Oh, really? Okay, gotcha.
Because what happened was his financial aid got switched because he made too much money or something.
What?
Damn.
I think
damn, okay.
He made too much money over the summer, and I think I might be thinking of the wrong friend. And he had to move schools.
Oh shit! Okay,
So
gotcha.
yeah, I thought that was crazy.
Yeah. Shout out.
Even in what, like 1990-ish? 1990-ish, yeah.
Okay, 1990s, gotcha. Yeah, for sure.
So I know you guys are talking about college. After college, are you guys planning on like having what's like your goal for after college? I know you kind of like briefly talked about it, but
So like I've been thinking about this a lot actually, and I just realized like the overall goal of life should just be like fulfilling yourself and like what you want to be pursuing. And like I as much as like it's fun in the moment, like partying is fun, all that stuff is fun, and you should do that when you're younger. You should have a good time, but overall it's not like super fulfilling because like you're not really focusing on yourself, you're just focusing on like the moment. But like overall I want to have like a fulfilling, like I want to create, like have a family, I want to like, you know, all that stuff, and like have kids, you know, pass my knowledge on to them, their experiences, because at the end of the day when you retire, all you got left is your experiences. You're gonna be old and crippled, and all you got left to think about is your memories. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Hold up, can you push the thing down on the mic?
Oh.
Yeah, now we're good.
Yeah, I mean, like, basically the same thing that Arjun said, but like, I hate kids. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I despise children. Like, if it were completely up to me, I would never have kids. But at least, okay, if I get out of college, I'd be like, what, 22 around then? I don't want to get married until like 28 because I want to live those 6 years. I want to just like move in with my girlfriend, right? Just move in, and if we're both working a nice job, we're gonna have enough money to just like travel the world. Because look, once you get a kid, you're restricted. Like, there's only so much you can do, I feel like.
Can I ask you something about that though?
Go ahead.
So like if you want to move in with your girlfriend, like your current girlfriend obviously, and I'm sure you're planning on getting married to her, like why 28 when you could marry her earlier and it would be like, I guess, the same vibe, like you guys can still travel, you don't have to have kids right away or nothing. Well, what would be the difference about like waiting those 6 years without a ring rather than just putting on the ring earlier?
I feel like the basic answer is we're Indian, bro. Do you know how much Indian weddings cost? So 20 freshman year, I went to the wedding of, technically he's my cousin, but he's old enough to be like my uncle basically, right? And I went to his wedding, and okay, if I go over this whole thing, their wedding gift was a Bugatti. They invited 1,000 people. They provided clothing for 5 days for all those 1,000 people. So like Indian weddings are 5 days long. So
I've heard of that.
yeah, so there's like a reception, and then there's like the after party, there's the wedding itself, there's like the pre-wedding, like there's a ton of stuff. Overall, they dropped at least $200,000 on the wedding. So I've actually like it's a lot. It's a lot. I've been pretty, I guess, adamant about this. What I would want to do is I would want to get married in a courthouse, like in the beginning. If I get married at like, I would even do it now. Just like get married on paper, and then just like technically be married too. Because pro tip, if you get married before college, the government pays for your entire college. But then like, and then just thug it out. They pay for the whole thing because you're technically like an independent person now, so they pay for it. And then just thug it out till you're like 28, and then throw a massive wedding because you'll have the bread for it by then. You'll have the bread to invite everyone. I'm inviting them. I'm inviting their families. I'm inviting Elijah's extended family. We're there. That's just like
once this blows up and you're gonna be famous, aren't you?
Yeah.
Hey, anybody who's watching this, you're invited to my wedding when I'm 28. 10 years.
All the support.
That's fire. Yeah, I guess mine's kind of similar. Except I want to have kids, so I'm probably go through my 4 years of college. Right out of college, I want to do like something in real estate. Obviously, like, working my job. Something I was really interested in, especially like during that era where I was just like money, like that sophomore year age. Like me and my friend Farhan, we were super interested in like personal finance, I guess. And there's this thing called an FHA loan. I don't know if you've heard about it, but it's basically like for first-time home buyers. You can buy like basically like up to like a triplex or like a fourplex, right? I don't know what they're called. They're fourplex. Yeah. So you can buy a whole thing, and you only have to pay 3.5% down. And like if you're living in one of them, then the one right next to it pays for it, and then you're just profiting off the other two. So yeah, I want to definitely do something in real estate, or like that's why I also want to learn about accounting, just to kind of learn those like loopholes and stuff. So yeah, I want to do that for the first 3-4 years out of college. I'm 26. Hopefully find a girl, wife that shit up, and then next 2 years when I have kids, and then I don't know, live out the rest of my life, I guess. So yeah.
Yeah, I get that. I think I don't entirely agree with Mon, but I'll say I want kids because I think if you don't have kids and you're just focusing on like, I mean, I'll say your girl, but also your if you're only focusing on like your career, there'll be a point when you're like 70 or 80 and you're just gonna be like, where's my legacy at?
Exactly.
Like,
No, I for sure I agree with that. I agree with that.
No,
yeah.
I feel it. I know that. No, there's definitely like upsides to having kids. I'm saying like in the future, I'm definitely gonna have kids because it's not just a decision for me
right
to make.
Now, right
just
now,
like
you just can't stand them.
I cannot stand it, bro. Anytime I see a kid under 3, like I actually just want to kick the shit out of them.
I get what you mean.
Especially because I work with
Actually,
kids.
I don't get what you mean. I work at a job.
Yeah. He doesn't know what he means at all.
I can't say that. Nobody heard me.
I did work with kids, and let me tell you the reason that I quit actually. Like this 5-year-old
Bro,
kid. His
kicked
name
the
was
kid?
No.
Don't say the name.
Bro.
Don't say the name.
Yeah,
Don't
you
say
can't
the
name drop. Don't name drop.
The 5-year-old kid.
No, you can't.
He's
you
gonna
can't.
be. He's gonna
Facts.
see this shit at 15.
Sony.
Oh, crazy. Cut that shit out. Cut that shit out.
Okay, go ahead.
Basically, I said, hey, bro, listen to me. Like, I understand that he was a little frustrated. He wasn't doing his work. I was trying to be nice. I'm like, bro, I understand that you don't want to do this, but like, I can't let you because we get snacks at the end, and I'm like, bro, I can't let you get any snacks if you don't do any work because like obviously, right? He got so mad. He got so mad that he pissed himself on the chair right there. Like that's some sort of like I don't know. It was like a power. Like I don't know. He's trying to like a power trip, like assert dominance or something. I looked at the piss dripping off the chair, and I'm like, yeah, this is a game.
That's it.
That's my 2
Pack
weeks.
it up. Pack it up.
That was my 2 weeks notice.
Yeah. Hangs up the uniform.
Yeah.
Oh, so how are you guys? How are you guys gonna reach your goals in life? Like, what are the steps that you're gonna take? I know the first step. The first step is college, right?
Yeah, for sure. Like I think it's college, and like honestly, I think just coming from like immigrant parents, and like I talked like a little bit about this with Arjun, like off camera and stuff, but like it's so different between like our generation, our parents' generation, especially if you have immigrant parents. Like, dude, I wish I could work half as hard. Like you were saying, dude, you're working 60 hours a week. Like for them, like that's the shit they had to do. Like it was that, or like you had no other option. So it was just that. Like for us, I feel like it's a lot more like cushioned, I guess, where if you don't like, you could switch your major and you could like your parents have to pay for another 2 years of college, or like if you pay for it, you know what I'm saying? I feel like as a child of an immigrant, I want to like do better than my dad, just to prove to like myself mostly that like he didn't do this for nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, just work hard, I guess.
Well, as far as the steps, obviously I'm going to go to college, and then I have certain plans for like internships that I want to apply for, and those internships hopefully will give me a return offer. And like my dad's super into the corporate world, like he's in there, right? So he knows everything that like I need to do to like be successful in there. And I think that's like a good way to like really put your name out there so that you can be successful. And my ultimate goal is to either start my own company for sure, or I don't want to work for anyone basically, or I'll try and like get into a lead position at a startup so I can still be in that leadership area. And then like if you see a startup bloom because of your work, that's just like, it's just added fulfillment at the end of the day. And like he said, so for like the parents being immigrants, well, I know his dad really, really made it out the mud for sure. But like mine was more like, my dad was a little bit privileged, I guess you could say, like in India. So he's from India, but he still had to like work his ass off because like his homies and like the people that were around him, they didn't make it here. He was like one of the only people that made it to the U.S., but he had to work his ass off for it, and like he made the right connections. And I think at the end of the day, that's all that matters, the connections you make, because there's just one guy don't know his name, but there's this one guy that brought my dad to the U.S. and it was just because they worked together for like a couple months, and it's just he liked him so much that he brought him to the U.S. and that's how it was. So like he said, you just want to make more than your parents. That's the ultimate goal at the end of the day.
For sure.
Yeah, I guess in terms of like the steps that I should take, I don't really have anything like planned out yet. I know I have a couple of internships waiting for like when I start going to college, just because like I have a lot of family friends. One of my family friends, she actually works in data science and she's like a lead position there, so I have an internship there. I have a couple of those, but like, yeah, just building off the whole like immigrant parents thing. I guess like I wouldn't consider myself low income, but I would consider myself like lower middle class, definitely. And like I guess like I want to make it to the point that I can like support my family because of like all the stuff they've done for me. Like I kind of like hate on my parents sometimes because like of how much they pushed me towards education, but like they've pushed me so much up to the point that like I would like I'd like to say I'm like pretty smart now just because of like how
the
they
smartest, probably the
okay,
most
not the
intelligent
smartest, but
Facts?
like
I'd have to agree.
my parents have just like they've pushed me a lot in that, so like I have to find some way to thank them and just like make okay nice and just like yeah just make life easier for them in the future. But
Yeah, I could get you water.
Okay.
You want me to pause it?
No,
we'll just chop it up. Let's like what's some.
All right, I got a good question for you guys. So, all of us are immigrant, are like children of immigrant parents, and we were kind of talking about that before.
Yeah.
Y'all think the American dream still exists?
What you mean by what you mean by the American dream?
Like you come to the U.S., you work hard, and then like you just kind of work until you're 70, you retire. Like you think that still works now?
No, and
No,
like
right?
let me say why. The standard of living has increased, but like the amount of money needed to fulfill that standard of living is so much higher.
100%.
Like I could try to pull up the exact like infographic that I saw, but basically the minimum wage from like 30 years ago has doubled, but the cost to like live that same lifestyle has like gone up by 4 or 5 times. So it's just like it's crazy. Like thinking about college, like think about life in the U.S. Like I think I talk about this a lot. I don't like the system that we have. The system of healthcare is insane.
Yeah.
And like just like in general, it's just like like the amount that we pay for college, it's like 50,000 people see that a year and they're like, oh yeah, okay, like that's like the normal amount. That's not normal. In Canada, it's 5,000 a year, and in like places in Europe, they will pay you if your kids go to college.
Like
Yeah.
that's the type of stuff.
That's low-key
what I'm saying.
crazy.
Let me see that real quick.
I know Germany has college for free.
Yeah,
is
they do it
nuts.
for free. It's like that stuff's crazy. But for the American dream, I think it's just a mask for the rat race, to be honest, because it's all just like pushing you to work like and support the system that doesn't always support you. So I think for like 100% fact that the best way to be independent from this is the real
Thank you.
appreciate you for the real American dream to me is probably starting your own business and making money work for you, not working for money. Rich Dad Poor Dad quote. Read a book. That one's really good. But yeah, we were just talking about like, do we think the American dream is still like if it's still like a thing? You know what I mean? Like come
Yeah.
here as an immigrant. I think it is a lot harder for immigrants to
I
make
think
it now.
The other thing that I was thinking about was, I think I talked about this in one of my previous podcasts, is when you grow up, you know like the saying that's like tough men create easy times. That so we're at a stage now, like we're in the middle class. I think you said you might be lower middle class, but we're all in the middle class,
Yeah.
right? So we're kind of living in a time that's like it's semi easy, but it's comfortable easy. So a lot of kids our age are like too comfortable to the point where like they're not motivated to move up because of how like they can go home and they play video games.
Yep.
Stuff like that. They don't have the motivation, they don't have the hunger to move up because they're not uncomfortable. They're too comfortable.
Yeah, for sure. Like that's what I was kind of talking about with like that whole immigrant mindset where, dude, like I know like not even just my dad experienced this. Like I bet you so many other like children of immigrants have like stories of their parents where they came here and they had no other option. Like they came here with barely any money and they were just forced to work. And like, dude, I could tell you so many stories of times like people take advantage of those immigrants, and like that kind of sucks, but I guess that's just how the world is. But no, you're right, where, dude, like even like what you were talking about, like kids are comfortable. Like I feel like if I'm looking at myself from a third person view, I'm comfortable. Like I have no drive to like work 60, 80-hour weeks and like because I have to make it. Like
Yeah,
I feel like I don't.
One of the things that I notice and I tell my friends a lot is if you look at a lot of like the celebrities that we look up to, they started from the bottom. Like a lot of rappers and people that we look up to, they started from zero. I think I'm not going to say that all poor people make it to that point, but they definitely have more motivation than we do.
Oh, 100%.
Because we're at a point of comfortability that they aren't. So they just want to move up.
Yeah.
I want to get into self-accountability because I know you guys I was talking to Sach and he told me to ask about that. So what level of self-accountability do you guys hold yourselves to?
I can answer. Yeah, dude. Like honestly, I feel like as a freshman, and like this kind of evolved like the older I got, and I didn't really like see this as a part of maturity, but like retrospectively, like I look at it and I'm like, damn, like that is actually a big part of growing up. Like freshman year, I really thought like people told me like, oh, your actions have consequences, but I never really thought anything about it. But I feel like over quarantine, when it was like just I could just spend time with myself, I realized that like every mistake I make,
First door on the left.
every mistake I make, like I have to learn from it and I have to accept and own up to it because like that's what builds you as a person. It's not like the highs you have, it's the lows you have.
Yeah.
100%.
100%.
Yeah. So for me, it's more like I kind of just like I kind of realized, I don't know when exactly, but it was definitely during high school. It was just a point where like no one's really gonna have it like no one's really gonna hold it down for you like you are, and at the end of the day, the only person you really have is yourself, right? So like, and for that you have to hold yourself to a higher standard because people aren't gonna like your parents are gonna support you, that's fine, but once you're an adult, you only got yourself, and if you're not self-accountable, you kind of like you're probably gonna fail because it's just,
For sure.
you know what I mean? You need to have it so that you can always push yourself to a higher standard, basically. But yeah,
I think there's a level that you can reach of self-accountability that doesn't borderline depression, where you're just pushing yourself to be a better person. You're not just like being sad.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, if it starts raining outside and you get wet, you can blame yourself for that, and you're like, oh man, I should have grabbed an umbrella. I should have left sooner. I should have went on this day or some shit like that, right? So that's the kind of mindset that I have, where like something could happen and I'm like, damn, that's my fault. I take responsibility for everything, but it doesn't put me in a place where I'm like depressed and I'm sad, but it actually just makes me like more prepared for anything.
Yeah, I get that for sure. To add on to the mindset thing, I think I've been recently like looking into a mindset called stoicism. Do you know about stoicism? Yeah, so it's more like there's a chart for it, right? So you have a problem. Yes. Can you do anything about it? Yes. Don't worry about it. If you can't do anything about that problem, don't worry about it because, there's nothing you can do about it. You just got to, like, take it as it is and man up, I guess. And then if you don't have any problem, why are you worried in the first place? I think people kind of create problems for themselves and it just causes existential crises for no reason. So just don't worry about things, but always be prepared for things, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I like what you said there because a lot of people like they look at politics and they look at all the stuff that's going on around the world and they don't realize that a lot of that stuff doesn't affect them.
For sure, bro.
From the bottom up, it doesn't affect you.
Yeah.
So you gotta, if you work your way up, then maybe it'll affect you. But right now, focus on you and you'll get better.
100%, bro. Like I feel like people give too much care about things that like don't really matter in the long run. And it might affect like different populations or whatever, but there are some internet warriors that will go crazy for no reason. So
yeah. Definitely Greta Thunberg.
Greta Thunberg, yeah.
Greta Thunberg's out there.
Climate change and that.
So do you guys agree that like self-accountability is the key to escaping a victim's mindset? Because I think that a victim's mindset is like
victim mindset in terms of like, oh, it's not my fault, it's someone else's fault type of thing, right?
Yeah, I'm saying that for everything.
Yeah.
I've seen that a lot lately.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I mean, there are things that people can do to you, but you're responsible for the way you react to that situation. So I think at the end of the day, if someone does something bad to you and you cry about it, you do that, you're wasting your time. And of course, like it's really hard to say that for everything, but like that's the mindset you should be having because it will just transform your mindset into having like stronger capabilities, I guess. So yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I kind of think there's two extremes to it. Like if you don't care at all, like what you were talking about, like stoicism, right? I don't 100% agree with that because I feel like if you just really don't care about anything, then I feel like you're not driven or motivated to do something. Or if someone wrongs you, like, you don't stand up for yourself. And I think there are places and times where you need to put your foot down and say, like, no, this is wrong. I should put effort into this. And that's where I kind of disagree with that.
But so like stoicism, it's not more like you don't care about it. It's more you don't let it affect you don't want to let it affect your vision.
I don't. Yeah,
like
yeah.
on an emotional level.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It's more
I agree
it's
with
more
that.
like if you have a problem, you're gonna do something about it.
Okay.
But you shouldn't like be over here like he said what was the wet if it's raining outside and you get wet.
Okay.
Like bringing I can't do anything about it.
Bring
Next
yourself
time I'll
down.
bring an umbrella type of thing. Like it's more like it's not like you're just like I don't care and then like you just sit like a chump. You know what I mean? It's more
Okay.
Yeah. So but
Yeah, dude, for sure. Yeah. Okay. If it, that I 100% agree with. I think like lots of things, like I think even when I was talking about like my mindset, I guess when I was younger, is like I let lots of things get to me.
Yeah.
Not really like when people would like press me or like make fun of me. I feel like as like a brown kid, like you always got that shit when you were elementary, elementary, middle school, like you always got shit, and like none of that affected me. But it was like more stuff I did where I was like, damn, should I have done something different? Could I have done better? Like this, and that. And like I think that mindset for sure is like sometimes you need to realize like, and that also goes into self accountability, where like sometimes you need to realize like, okay, the past is the past, and like all you can do now is just get better.
Yep.
So, yeah.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
I love your response to that, honestly. So do you think that we're seeing, I know just looking on TikTok, I know that's not the most credible source, but a lot of people are blaming like a lot of other people for like the problems that they're experiencing. Do you think that like a victim's mentality or mindset is damaging to society as a whole?
For sure. I think like honestly, like I think victim mentality as a whole is kind of pointless. And I guess there are situations where it's kind of needed, I guess.
You are a victim, and
like you are a victim.
When you
like
are genuinely a victim, and
yeah,
someone's doing
yeah,
something.
exactly.
That's
When you
when
are,
that's
yeah,
when
exactly,
you gotta make things change.
exactly.
Yeah.
But I don't even think that's like victim mentality. I think you are a victim,
Yeah,
and like
yeah,
you just say something about it. But I feel like that whole victim mentality where you're just not accountable for your own actions, I think that's stupid. And I think like if you want to be successful and if you want to really make change in the world, I think it's important to kind of throw that away and focus on like your goals and your vision and kind of tunnel vision into that.
Yeah.
I like how you worded that.
Mm-hmm.
What is your method like personally? I know Arjun was talking about like stoicism. What's your method of escaping this victim mentality?
Well, like in general, I think I just kind of realized that like, you know, like people will always do things to other people that will offend them, and it's not really like, sometimes it's not really something you can control, and it doesn't really like matter, because like it'll be like those little things, right? So I think for me it was really just stoicism, and on top of that I just stopped really caring, because I don't, in my personal experience, no one really does anything that's bad to me. If like I'll fuck up, and I'll understand that I fuck up, and I won't like blame anyone for it. So I think that's the biggest thing. Like people don't really like do anything wrong to me, and if they do, then that's just how people are. You just gotta suck up and deal with it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I always felt like, for me, if it doesn't affect me, like I really don't care.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, and I feel like for me, it's honestly easier not to care about stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people like talk shit about you. Okay, whatever. Like, just move on.
All the time.
Yeah, exactly. Like, dude, honestly, like stuff like that shouldn't affect anyone. But I mean, I guess that's just like a personality type. But
No, I want to say I actually developed that kind of mindset only recently, where like I could be so invested in something, and then I'm like, wait, is this actually like benefiting me?
Mm-hmm.
Why do I care?
Yeah.
And then literally like 5 minutes later, I do not give a solitary fuck about it.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't affect me emotionally anymore.
Yeah.
Like I know a lot of kids were invested. I'm gonna bring this up again. It was like the senior assassin game, and then when they got out, they were just pissed.
Yeah.
I got out and I was like, dude, Gavin, good job. I did everything I can.
Yeah.
I don't care anymore.
Dude,
Yeah.
tell them the story outside my crib after.
dude, yeah, that was looking
That was
wild.
bad.
that
I'll
was
tell.
wild.
Okay.
I mean, okay, yeah, senior assassin's just kind of crazy. I got shot during a promposal. Like, I'm not.
We got shot
yeah.
the same
I
day.
forgot
Yeah,
about that.
so I'm just
Shout
not.
out Gavin.
Yeah,
though.
shout out
Gavin's
Gavin.
a demon.
Absolute. But like in terms of the whole like mindset thing, I feel like a big part of it is choosing your friends wisely. I think there's a lot of people who bring issues with them. And I'm not going to name drop, but you guys know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You guys know exactly who I'm talking about. Like,
we know a couple.
you know, a couple. Shout out. And these people just, like, they bring issues with them. It's like being surrounded, like, if you're hanging out with them, like, you're going to get involved in shit. Yeah. And that's just because, like, you're friends with them, and they will, like, they're not good friends. They will willingly drag you into their issues, and then you're wrapped up. Shout out to a specific experience freshman year.
All right, chill out with that. chill.
I didn't say anything. I didn't drop shit. Shout out to a specific experience freshman year.
Why are you doubling down?
Crazy. Just keep moving on.
I said
Continue with
nothing.
your
That was
story.
just a
No, I know
specific
what you
experience. Yeah.
What's wrong with this guy?
All right, let's go. Keep going.
I just got
trying to start
just
beef.
unnecessarily involved. I just got, it's just like choosing your friends wisely, because like some people will bring their issues with them. They'll expect you to help them out when in reality, like, you have no business in it. Like, it's their own personal baggage that they got to sort themselves.
There's a lot of people that just like drama follows them.
Yeah.
I want to move on to my next question, which is, I know we were talking about stoicism and escaping victim mentality. Like, I want to talk about, like, what was your, I don't know if it was culture or like a person in your life, like your parents. What was your biggest contributor to the mindset that you currently have? Or was it maybe your friends? What was it?
Low-key, it was probably like this friend group, honestly. I feel like
That's dope. I love that.
I feel like we've had a lot of, like, whenever we had sleepovers starting like junior year or even starting freshman year, we would just have these talks where like we would talk for 4 or 5 hours on end about anything, honestly, about like our lives or about like just things about our minds, things about like our mindset specifically, like how our mindset differs from our friends. And it's not like we would like yell about it or anything. We would just like sit down and talk about like, I feel like this and this is why I think so. And then we would just like bounce all these ideas off of each other. And I feel like I've just become a better person off of that. Like even like with Zain, Arjun, and all them, we all like would just like bounce off random ideas about like political issues, religion, space, just stuff like that. And I feel like that's just like evolved my mindset a lot.
For sure. Yeah, no, I think like just going, like as for like intelligence and just kind of like experiences of the world, I'd say for sure my friend group. Like it seems kind of like corny that like your high school friend group like taught you the most, but no, like as for like intelligence and stuff, like dude, me, Mon, like Arjun, all of us have like conversation. I know like a few months ago we stood up from like 10 p.m. to like 4 in the morning talking about the concept of like time. Like is time linear, or like even we were talking about like black holes and stuff, and like we can't fathom like a space without matter. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy. Yeah, but I think like as for like my life, I'd say for sure my parents. Like my parents are my best friends. I'll die for my parents. I love them, and yeah, they definitely taught me the most about like just morals, how to treat people, and how to kind of respond to situations. So I definitely say my parents.
Yeah, like I said, like the friend group was really good for like like the intelligence and like the experiences that I had, and those experience, like I've always said this, I think experiences are better than sometimes than like book knowledge, because when you really feel it, like that knowledge is more than just like reading it in a book or watching it in a movie, right? But on top of that, it has to be my dad, right? Because like my mom's a hardworking girl too. Like she I love my mom, I love my dad. But my dad really hammered it down on me. Like since a kid, I was like probably like 3 or 4 years old doing like multiplication and stuff. Like I didn't want to do that shit, but like I had to, right? Because my dad made me. Shout out Kumon for sure. Yay,
I was in
Kumon.
there for a minute.
Yeah, yeah. You see a lot of Indian people over there.
dude.
Yeah, they roll. Kumon. Yeah, Indians roll deep.
I remember pulling up there, and just the face of it, bro. You
like, just be sad thinking about it. Oh, bro.
Sad face, bro.
No, yeah, but yeah, it was definitely my dad for that, 100%.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't really got much to add. I mean, I was one of the only brown people that never went to Kumon, but that's just because my dad pulled up to Kumon, stole the book, and then gave it to me at home. So yeah, never went to Kumon.
Dude, I don't know if you're gonna have an answer to this, but I'm genuinely wondering if you have like if there's like a celebrity that like you look up to, or like maybe like an action any like celebrity movie character that represents your the mindset that you have.
Would it be corny to say Batman? I'm just playing.
I feel like that's like the genuine like male.
Yeah, like that's like
male answer.
yeah, like stoicism.
I mean,
like,
yeah,
all that.
I guess it is Batman, but like honestly, not really. I don't know. I don't really have like a celebrity character that I'm super like following. Maybe I don't even know about like an actor like that.
Yeah.
Do you have?
Yeah, low key like Squidward. Like, hold on.
Hold
on. There's explanation. Look, my boy Squidward has always been trying to break out of the Matrix since day one. Like, look, Squidward works a 9 to 5. I'm just like, bro, let me explain myself. What is this? Dude works a 9 to 5. He just never wants to be there. Like, he's always tried to like express himself in the way that he desires, and for him, that's clarinet. You know, like clarinet is his escapism. I feel like, and I feel like there's a lot of like genuine analogies that can be like paired from Squidward to real life. I don't know, like I feel like everyone has a SpongeBob in their life. You feel me? Just like that one dude who's always like so happy about life, ready to do whatever like life has to throw at him. Everyone has a SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Everyone has a Mr. Krabs. He's all about the bread. Everyone has that person in their life.
Yeah.
Akram's fish show the SpongeBob.
Yeah.
And then like Arjun's low-key the Mr. Krabs. He makes more money than us. Shout out. But yeah, I feel like you know, just Squidward. Squidward is just him.
Yeah. Dude, I was not expecting that from that, but like I agree. I love it.
Yeah.
Everyone has a SpongeBob in their life.
Everybody has their own SpongeBob.
Yeah.
It's just like this annoying optimism.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
This annoying like happy like person. I'm not. I don't know.
That's why Squidward is low-key stoicism. I can't lie.
Do you guys agree? So I was talking about ego in one of my previous podcasts, but I want to talk about do you guys agree to like some extent that you have to be the hero of your own story?
Dude, yes, 100%. I've always said this one quote. It was like, I don't know, I'm not like some crazy guy or nothing, but like there was just one thing I said. Stop trying to be the hero of someone else's story, right? So there will be people that like put their nose into everyone else's business, and then like they'll try and live in other people's shoes and stuff. Don't do that. Just, you have a life. Focus on your passions. Focus on what you like to do, and try and be the best at it. I think that's the best thing to do, right? And like the hero, like we got Batman, who like, I mean, like all those superheroes, they do like the same thing, but like you see like heroes in different movies that have different goals.
Yeah.
But they're all still heroes. You know what I mean? So I think that everyone has to like focus on their own passions instead of trying to live in other people's shoes and other people's lives and do something to impress other people, because at that time you're a side character, bro. Be the main character is what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
No facts. I don't got anything else to say. That was solid.
Yeah.
Solid.
I love it. Okay, I want to move on to music.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I know so I actually sat behind Arjun in English junior year. That's when I met him.
Yeah.
You know, he was always talking about music. So what is your guys' favorite genre of music?
It has to be hip hop or R&B, to be honest. I mean, that's just like what I listen to day in, day out. I'm from the suburbs, though. I really have no relation to those lyrics, but I don't know. I like that music, but yeah.
We're from the hoods of Bartlett.
Bro, the hoods of Bartlett, bro.
Of Bartlett.
I live in Hoffman. I live next to the Arboretum, bro. No suburbs over here, but yeah, rapper, R&B.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, I'm the same way. Honestly, I'll listen like R&B for sure. My number one. I can listen to anything. Fuck country. Fuck country.
And I need
Fuck
some whiskey
country.
glasses. No.
Nah, but yeah, nah.
Shout out
can,
Keegan.
Yeah, no. I can do anything except country, but yeah, that's just me personally.
Country's
I think over quarantine, like it carried over now. I got really into like indie music, like just like I don't know. I really like I've been listening to a lot of like older like key albums, like The Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd.
Yeah, I heard that shit's like probably.
It was like it's just like more experimental stuff.
Yeah,
I
it's
guess.
just the triangle one, right, with the rainbow. Yeah.
That's the one everyone knows.
Yeah. But yeah, I listen to a lot of indie music, like specifically, I guess, Rex Orange County.
Okay, nice.
I guess R&B as well, because I listen to like Daniel Caesar's new album was crazy. But like, I am the number one Weekend meat writer.
Oh.
Like, if you don't know this about me, you will know that if like my second favorite artist of all time is probably Tyler. He's here. The Weeknd's like up here, bro. I'm the number one Weekend meat writer. I would give all my life savings for him to spit in my face.
Yo,
Crazy. Tweaking. But I do the same for Drake, so.
Exactly.
Bro, I love those Drake memes. They're fucking hilarious.
I know.
Drake's just a cornball.
Yeah.
Like just an overall cornball.
Wait, what are the memes again? It's like the
It's like
Drake,
Drake the
ass-
type of guy.
Yeah, Drake the type of guy.
No, I saw. You guys have definitely seen like these. You know those where it's like a super chat? No, it's like a. It's almost like a gaming Discord, and they have like the presidents.
Oh yeah, the voice
yeah,
AIs, the voice
So,
AIs.
Yeah, I saw one where Drake hopped on, but it's like like an AI Drake, and bro, no, he just kept being fruity and shit.
Yeah.
You know,
Drake's a character.
Actually, like talking about AIs, I think a really cool thing that I got, okay, I guess it's not really like a music thing, but like sound AIs, like replicating a AI to like sing a song by someone.
yeah,
like
that's wild.
so yeah, it's really. I heard like one AI of Ariana Grande singing Passion Fruit, and it was actually just like it was beautiful. Like actually,
that's scary.
it's just it's scary, but it's just so evolved to something that, like that. You know the song Golden Hour. Someone got an AI of X to sing Golden Hour, and it just like it hits you because like you can bring like dead artists, like you can bring them back to life with these AIs.
Juice all the time.
Yeah, there's so many Juice
They
AIs.
make new like
Or even just
verses
like
and stuff, and it's like
it's
bro,
crazy.
that sounds like something he'd actually freestyle.
Yeah, like entirely new music. Like
Yeah.
you remember that one AI? It was Travis and Baby Keem, and somebody used AI to make a whole new song for them.
Yeah, shit's crazy. Yeah.
What the hell? So I was talking to Sacha. I was telling you guys I was talking to Sacha, and he told me to ask you guys about Kanye. So are you guys? I mean, I don't know if I should ask this, but are you guys fans of Kanye or?
Separate the art from the artist.
Yes.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
That's all.
Is that what you want to get into? Like the
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So yeah, just,
That's all I have to
Oh,
say.
okay, yeah.
his music. I don't know if you guys. I don't think anybody agrees with what he said.
Yeah, 100%. No, I mean, I think Kanye does need to like bro's off the perk for sure, tweaking a little, but the music is just he's a genius. I think honestly, like production, like lyrics, story, like all that shit. Like I think Kanye is like definitely a goat. I'm not gonna say the goat anymore because yeah, all right, he's not the goat. He's a goat. There's a goat. A goat. He's one of them. One of them.
So our friend group kind of decided one day that there's an infinity gauntlet of goats.
Oh, okay.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. So
I like
okay.
that.
So we have Drake,
Yeah.
Lil Wayne,
Yeah.
Kanye,
Yeah.
Eminem.
Yeah, you gotta have him.
No.
You have to have Eminem.
so.
And the infinity gauntlet of like all-time
You gotta
rappers.
have like Pac. Do you have Pac?
We don't have Pac. Who's the other one? I think we had.
it was J. Cole.
Oh, and we have J.
I
Cole.
honestly don't- I don't
Oh,
think he
and
deserves-
Kendrick. Those are our six. Those are our six.
But I don't think J. Cole
Infinity
has to be on there anymore. I honestly don't think.
I think he was really pivotal, like in his like
he had a couple
some of his
really, really
albums
good
was like
songs.
Forest Hills Drive
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah.
That was a key album.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Kendrick, like nobody can make To Pimp a Butterfly. Nobody can make Good Kid, Mad City.
Yeah.
Like nobody can make albums like Mr. Morale. Even Mr. Morale was
That's the thing
amazing.
with a lot of the goats, right? Like you can't recreate that music. Kanye is just like you can't recreate that. Drake, you can't recreate that. Like yeah, like who? Nobody, bro. I played Homecoming the day before I graduated. That shit hit. That shit hit.
But yeah.
Dude, my thing was Juice WRLD's Graduation. I love that song.
Mm-hmm.
With Benny Blanco.
I don't think I've
Goodbye and Good Riddance by Juice WRLD is still one of my favorite albums.
Yes,
Like
dude, I think, he's underrated, but I think he's definitely.
up there.
I think he's close. If he's not on GOAT tier, I think he's close to it.
Yeah. So in conclusion, our six goats are what? Kendrick, Drake,
Eminem,
Eminem, Kanye,
Wayne.
Lil Wayne, Kanye.
You said
Well,
Kanye.
they know what we're talking about.
Yeah,
They got our
you-
six. They got our six.
You
They'll
can't-
peep it.
Go back 40
That's
seconds.
Yeah,
just for rap.
facts,
That's
facts.
just for rap.
Yeah.
When do you guys normally listen to music?
Dude, all the time, bro. I'm driving, music has to be playing. Sometimes I don't start driving until the music on to the cue right. Before I sleep, like showering, bro. Like it literally school, like not no more school, but like I'm always listening to music end of the day. So yeah.
That's
I mean, our answers don't even differ.
Yeah.
I mean, this is always,
Yeah, I think
always,
Is it-
bro.
Is it the same?
Yeah, it's just like
Yeah.
I think the cool thing is like there's like different vibes throughout the day, and there's like different songs that carry those different vibes. Like I think a main thing that like what was that one song that you played after graduation? Because I feel like it should be a meaningful song, like after you graduated.
Homecoming. Oh no, I played that the morning of.
But see, like the fact that you even know that
Yeah,
is like
exactly.
crazy.
That's how
It
important.
had that much of an effect.
Yeah, exactly.
I love
Yeah.
that. It's so cool.
Like even like before quarantine, like everyone remembers Uzi dropping.
Oh,
Like Uzi is linked
third
with
period
quarantine.
mentality.
That's
Third
what-
period
third
irony.
period, exactly,
Bro,
exactly.
yeah.
Shout out,
Yeah.
Dave.
Yeah.
Burst
So like
it through the
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think music has a very special place in everyone's hearts. Like, it doesn't even hold just like meaning, but it also holds memories. So that's why I think music's fire.
Yeah, I actually I know you guys probably heard of David Goggins, but bro, he talks about like not listening to music and just building your mind that way. But bro, you know what he does? I don't know if you heard this, but what he does is he looks through like comments on YouTube, like everything anyone said that's bad about him, like just negativity.
Yeah.
He writes it down on like a notepad. He records himself saying it, and then he listens to that on repeat while he runs.
That's
Just
wild. That's
villain,
wild. Yeah, no.
Just,
What?
I think if everyone in the United States had the mindset that David Goggins had, like we would be without a doubt the most powerful country in the entire world, and like ever been. It would be like
It'd be anarchy.
it would be unbelievable. David Goggins is ironclad.
If you just had like a country of David Goggins, that would just
It would
be
be
like
over.
you can get like
You
50.
can get like 20K. of them.
Exactly,
20K of them.
exactly.
They
20,
take
just put them
over.
in Uganda and then
They all
richest country.
Africa's gone.
It's like Wakanda basically at that point. Yeah.
Like Kenya or something, bro. Just put them in.
Just put like
Don't be Niger, like this
yeah,
30,000 of them.
exactly.
Dude, no, I actually. So I've gotten a lot of negativity over like the past like month or so. So dude, I started writing that shit down. I don't know if I'm gonna record myself saying it because I think that's kind of wild. But I don't know. Just having it all in one place, it's kind of like, damn. People really do be saying that shit. But like at the same
Time
time,
out of
I
their
don't-
day.
I
It's
don't
crazy.
Take it, I don't take it like personally or anything because I don't care. Like you're below me.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah.
Like, but I don't know. What I'm gonna do with all that negativity. Like maybe I don't know what to do with it.
I feel like hating is just low-key a lot of energy. Like
Yeah,
you gotta take so much. You have to take so much time out of your day, so much energy just to like hate on someone. And okay, sometimes like just like on some funny shit. It's funny to be like a D1 hater sometimes, but like to actually hate on someone is kind of crazy.
Yeah,
Like-
I think like that's how you know that they're below you.
Yeah.
Because somebody that's above you, like I'm saying that kind of weird, but somebody that has like achieved more than you, somebody that's like I don't want to say work, but somebody that's above you won't be spending their time
Get to try and bring you down. Yeah,
Because
exactly.
Only people below you are gonna be shouting up. You gotta just don't look down.
For sure.
Yeah, dude. No, I was listening to a song. I forgot. Do you know Tom McDonald?
Nah.
He's on YouTube. He made a song called "Don't Look Down," and bro, it explains everything. I love it, bro.
Yeah?
It's like a 7-minute song though, so you
Don't
gotta
Look Down.
you gotta be patient. But if you listen to it, that's all he's talking about. He's like, I'm climbing up to the clouds, and he just doesn't look down the whole time, and all his haters are down there. But
That's
he
right.
never looks down.
Devil.
Oh, dude, Dance with the
Dance
Devil.
with the Devil. I was thinking the same one. That was the.
Okay, wait.
No, that's just a.
Don't listen to it. But like I just thought about it when you said like that's like
Yeah,
it really means a lot. Like Dance with the Devil is probably the saddest song that gives you kind of like it's a true story. It's like it gives you kind of like a background into like gang lifestyle. But I don't even think I can like say what happens in like the song is so
It
bad.
really
It's
is.
so
Who made that song?
Immortal Technique.
Immortal Technique, yeah.
I swear, I've seen the name before.
Yeah, listen to it when you have free time.
It's
It's
a dark
pretty
song.
For sure.
and lyrics, yeah, 2-time listen for sure, yeah.
I have some random questions I want to throw.
I'm down, yeah.
Because I know you guys want to get into some like deep fucking existential
for
type
sure.
shit. I know I was listening to Joe Rogan. I listen to him a lot, and I think he gives me a lot of insight. One of the things that he brings up frequently in almost every episode is his idea of multiversal theory.
Yep.
So what do you guys think of that? Do you think that's like... So I'm a Christian. I just think that these ideas are like... I don't entirely believe them. I wouldn't say I believe them because... But I just find them interesting. So
Yeah.
I want to hear your thoughts on that.
I don't particularly believe in it either. I would say more I think we have like one universe, and until it's been proven otherwise, I just think that. But one cool theory that I heard was that like every time you make a decision, an alternate universe where you didn't make that decision or you made the opposite decision like is created, and then like it creates like a whole new like line, and it's just infinite because every time you make a decision, you get offered different decisions in different worlds. And like my decision to go on this like podcast, right? There's an alternate world where I didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like it's stuff like that. But yeah, that's what I
Like as a theory, you don't entirely like think that it's plausible.
Yeah, no, I mean I don't really see any like I haven't looked into it. No. I don't see. I haven't seen any evidence. I just think it's a cool theory
Yeah,
to think
yeah.
about. You feel me? Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I got a lot to say about this because, like, okay, on some nerdy shit, like, I'm really into like quantum theory.
Okay.
It's basically just like quantum particles, and it's just like the reason that can never be proven is because these particles that like possibly control like multiverses and different timelines, they can never be observed by humans. So it's not something that can ever fully be proven. But there's this theory called the quantum immortality theory, which ties into like multiverse theories pretty well, where it's saying that in a universe that you die, your consciousness is immediately transported to a dimension in which you've survived. And going off of that, you basically, in the whole timeline of multiverses, you live forever. So if you ever, so like, think about every time you've had a near-death experience. What if it wasn't a near-death experience? What if you died? You just transported yourself into a multiverse that you survived that experience.
So by that, like, anytime someone dies in our world, like, what if we die? Like, we would just live forever, us as a person?
In this universe, you might die. Your consciousness will immediately go to a different
So it wouldn't
multiverse.
even, like,
It will just continue as it was.
when would it end?
It wouldn't. I don't know. That's why it can't really be proven because
would it end with you dying like
old age, probably, because quantum theory and all, like, that theory is about like inopportune deaths. Like, that's where like avoidable deaths. Old age isn't really something avoidable. But like, I was watching a video and they put this really well. There can't be infinite universes. There can't be an infinite amount. There's a finite amount. Because think about it like this. There could be another universe where you don't go to Urbana. There could be another universe where we didn't appear on this podcast.
Yeah.
But will there ever be a universe in which 2 + 2 does not equal 4?
Possibly.
No. 2 + 2 will always equal 4. There can't be a universe.
That's also a language thing too.
Yeah, but like, mathematically speaking, there will never be another universe in which 2 things with 2 more things equals 5 things.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's limited.
I don't know if I'm entirely ready to accept that.
It's a lot.
I feel like if you go into like different universes, maybe they have different rules for shit.
Yeah.
Maybe they have like different rules for like physics. Maybe different like maybe shit just floats.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
you can't explain that. It doesn't happen just because it doesn't occur in our world. I don't think like
Yeah,
that
I
means
mean-
that
because we're so used to like this 2 + 2
Yeah.
= 4 that we can't even fathom it being anything else.
And it's also just based off like how our universe is structured
Yeah.
itself. There's a theory that, like, imagine if our universe was like the size of a marble, and there's just a ton of those marbles. So all these universes are just like their own little universe, up to the point that there's just like infinite amounts of them, or are they all connected together in one?
Damn, you really are into this
dude,
shit.
you know
So
like
it is.
you know like have you seen Men in Black?
Yeah, like
You
the
know,
alien, the
yeah,
alien,
you know the
yeah,
locker scene?
yeah.
Yeah, so
was
yeah,
crazy.
You know, the locker, and it's just like a universe.
Yeah.
Or they zoom out, right?
They zoom out, and it zooms all the way out, and all of our universe is just a marble in an alien's bag that he's
Yeah.
just playing, like, he's just flicking around playing marbles with it.
Have you ever thought about that? Like, okay, so I know that like they say that our universe is expanding, right?
It is infinitely.
So it's like a big sphere, right?
It's a big sphere, and every single day it's growing quicker. It's expanding
So
faster.
That's the thing. That's the thing that I think about is if the universe is expanding, what is it expanding into?
Exactly.
I think from a religious perspective, I'd say that's heaven, but from any other perspective, you might think that maybe it's maybe there's more universes out there. Maybe there's just like empty space, and then like there's another universe somewhere. But
Right.
like I'm not entirely sure. Maybe there's just more stars out there. Maybe it's just more galaxies,
It's
and we're the only universe. Like,
exactly.
I think that's a very like presumptuous way of looking at it because you're just saying that we're the only universe out there.
Yeah.
It's kind of like just like saying that we're the only intelligent life is kind of presumptuous.
I don't. Yeah.
I agree with that.
It's impossible to fathom because if you're thinking about the fact that the universe is expanding, that means that it's expanding. Before it expanded, there's nothingness. There's absolutely nothing there for it to expand into. That means the universe is like creating more and more. Like I guess you can say life, but that conflicts with so much religion. Like how can the universe itself be creating life?
Yeah.
Oh, I have a
I have a good question for you about like the intelligent life thing. What do you think is or for all of you guys, what do you guys think is scarier? The fact that we might be the only intelligent life and the universe is huge, right? We might be the only one, or we just haven't found other intelligent life yet, and they might be bigger than us. What idea is more scary to you?
That's actually a tough question.
Mhm.
I do think that there is other intelligent life, so I wouldn't choose the other option, but I do think the other option would be scary because I think it's scary to be alone.
Yeah, it's just
But
us,
that might
right?
be
Yeah.
that might just be human nature.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think there has to be other life because otherwise, like, the universe is like infinite, right? The object.
Yeah, the pyramids, like all that. No, but like, do you believe in like they came to like the Earth at one point?
Okay, so I think there is evidence that they have
Mm-hmm.
before,
Okay.
but I don't know if they made the pyramids. I think maybe we had technology that we don't know about
Yeah,
that
that's
made
what I
the
think,
made
okay.
the pyramids.
Yeah.
But I think, do you guys think that there would ever be like an alien invasion?
I honestly, you can answer that shit. Yeah.
I mean, like, okay, so like, imagine the two theories you gave, like, we're the only people left, or there's other intelligent life forms. Other than that, imagine that there's, like what you said, intelligent life forms have already visited us. What if we're not intelligent enough for the other intelligent life forms?
Like even
Wait, I want to add something. So I think like there's another aspect of time with that. So what if there was other intelligent life, but we're not in the right time period to experience that?
No, exactly.
So like, what if there's intelligent life like galaxies away that lived millions of years ago, and they already died out, or maybe their planet got wiped out?
That's crazy.
Or maybe it's the same thing in the future. Maybe there's like millions of years in the future, billions, trillions of years in the future. Maybe there's same exact scenario.
This is a
Yeah,
very
for
real
sure.
moment. Hold on.
We just missed it.
No, because like one of the things is like, okay, so when you're looking at something that's like a certain number of light years away, you're looking at it that many years from the past.
Yeah.
So if you're seeing something that's 100 million light years away, you're looking at it the way it was 100 million light years ago. So what if like the planets we're looking at, they just haven't had time to form yet? Like if you think about the fact that the universe has already been existing for billions of trillions of years, right? Humans have existed for like maybe like 2,000-3,000 years, maybe 10,000 years max. That's such a fraction of the amount that like we might just not be being observed at the right time. I had something I wanted to add about this. What were we talking about?
That
Life forms.
if humans aren't even intelligent for us to be visited by other life
yeah.
forms.
So like
That's
I was saying
crazy.
like, hold on, I'm taking this B real. Okay.
You
I
gotta
actually
be
just
real.
went off.
Yeah,
Give him
fine.
a sec. Give him a sec. Oh yeah.
Everyone
There we
put the
go.
same
That's
shit.
fire, bro. Send me that and I'll make that the thumbnail.
So like,
That'd be funny.
what I was saying is, it's also about dimension. We are 3-dimensional beings, but imagine 4-dimensional beings or 5-dimensional beings. You remember the movie? Did you watch the movie Interstellar?
No.
Yes.
So
Great movie.
in Interstellar, there were 4 or 5-dimensional beings that were capable of altering time. So they were able to place a wormhole right next to Earth, in which if you enter that wormhole, you would enter their dimension, and you can immediately be transported to a place that's like 100 million light years away. That was created by them. So what if there are other beings, more intelligent beings in higher dimensions that are able to manipulate to what's happening to us? Because they're able to manipulate time and space. So it's just like,
That's another religious aspect.
yeah,
I want to go back to alien invasion because I think that's very like interesting. I don't know if that's like something that has to do with culture
For sure.
because maybe that might never ever happen. But I think if there was an alien invasion, it wouldn't be as like, what's the word? Like you know how like when you watch like a movie and it's just like aliens and they're coming in and they come in.
Yeah, I would agree.
They
Yeah.
got all them guns and stuff. And
Yeah.
damn, why do they have guns? Like, don't humans have guns?
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't really make sense. I don't think it'd be something like that. I think it'd be like, they're already here.
They're already here. They're
And
visiting us.
They're like
Yeah.
they're gonna make it quick and there's gonna be no suffering and they already have this planet and they already colonized it.
That would be crazy. Yeah.
I think it would be swift and strategic and like we wouldn't even realize that it happened.
I think if it was gonna happen, I think like they would have to be for the way you said it's swift and strategic. They would have to be a higher being than us. But if they were like a weaker being, I think they might have just like visited us. So
But
So
how would
the
they
thing is-
visit
Yeah,
us?
here, wait.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the one thing. If they found out a way to visit us,
They're
I think
smarter
they're
than us.
already
Automatically.
smarter.
Yeah.
Do you think so?
'Cause we
Also,
haven't figured that
It doesn't
out.
even
Yeah.
need to be like one of those like 6 foot like 8 like gray aliens that are like
Yeah.
invading. Like it could literally be like tiny particles of bacteria. That like
Yeah.
right when they get on Earth, they spread rapidly and it kills everyone off. That's an alien invasion.
Yeah, that would be true. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Yeah.
So it doesn't necessarily need to be like a higher being, but maybe a more intelligent being
Yeah.
than humans.
But are you sure? Are you sure that? Sorry.
Are you sure like that they're going to be hostile though? Like, is that what you think?
No,
So
no.
I think that if they were gonna come, they would just want to observe us. I mean, what would we do if we saw an alien planet, right? I would just want to. I wouldn't really find a point of like
Conquering
affecting them because they're living peacefully like on their own. We're living peacefully on our own. Observe them, that's fine. Even maybe like, I think a partnership would be sick. You know what I'm saying? Like no weird shit, but like yeah, but yeah.
I think I'm curious to see like if there was intelligent life, how like if their civilizations are anything that mirror like ours.
Yeah.
So you know we have cities, we have towns.
Yeah.
Like our civilizations are very like organized and stuff. Is it gonna look like that over there, or is there just gonna be like some dude in a field is just like walking around, or
They're
like,
just like chilling. Yeah.
yeah, or I don't know, like maybe they're getting high off shrooms.
Yeah,
or something.
for sure.
Like maybe it's just not organized at all. It's
Yeah.
just like a bunch of people just walking around.
I think civilization comes with intelligence, and I think it's
That's a good.
I think it's to the point that like if aliens did like stop by and they saw Earth, I firmly believe that they wouldn't visit, just because like think of like what we do as humans. We have the capability to do so much more, but we have war. And we have all this stuff going on
Lots
where
of
we're
distractions.
fighting our own race right now. Like we have things within our own race, and I feel like if aliens were like smarter than us, there would be no war. It would just be pure like civilized like human civilized beings that like they got rid of all these like concepts of like war and like all that.
I wanna point out that with that. We're very divided right now. But if there was an alien invasion, we'd quickly be unified.
No,
It'd be as
definitely.
if nothing happened.
No,
so
definitely.
that's a big conspiracy theory that's going around right now. Is that people think that like within the next few years they're gonna stage alien invasion. You know, like with the weather balloons and shit.
Yeah.
So people think that like, oh well, that was just the government. They're trying to make us think that like aliens are coming. But they think that like if aliens come. Or no, if the government stages that aliens come, it's just gonna unify everybody, and then we're gonna have one government, and that the government's just gonna be like,
Super powerful.
yeah. So
Okay.
that's a big conspiracy theory I've been seeing.
A world government would be kind of sick.
Yeah. I mean.
I don't think so.
I think it would.
I think there's too many differences.
I think it would suck only because of like the difference in morals and like how like ethics almost like
There's a different way of living in the United States than there is in China, right?
that's exactly what I was gonna say.
On top of society, religion really does. Like we are a Christian country, like
Okay.
just like 100%. India is a Hindu country. Pakistan is a Muslim country. That whole Middle Eastern area, right? And their values do not like, for the most part, like align with ours at all, right? And that's why there are disagreements sometimes. So I think having like a strong basis for our country and sticking with that instead of like trying to make everyone like work together, I don't think it really is sustainable, and it doesn't need to happen. I think it's just peace is fine.
I don't think it's about like culture. I think the culture thing, I don't think we should be unified under one culture. I think that there's things going on in this world that other countries need to step in and do something about. Like, have you heard about like the massacres in China? China can do that just because they are their own government and nobody can stop them.
Yeah.
Like there are governments that are doing all these horrible things just because who's gonna stop? Like they are the most supreme government. I feel like if there was a government higher than that, that's not trying to make everyone the same religion, make everyone the same mindset. Like that's dystopian. That's a completely different thing. I think it would just help unify people.
I think considering that a world government will be like it will actually work out and like unify people without it being under like same beliefs is that I think that's dystopian, right? Because like there's no I don't see a possibility where we see eye to eye with like certain, I'm not being racist at all or nothing, but like some Americans, hardcore like Christians or whatever, see eye to eye with Muslims, right? Because sometimes they can be in peace with each other, they can agree with each other on certain things, but they will just not live the same. It just doesn't work out.
I agree. I think like that also goes to like subjective morality. Like for example, like dude, when we look at the war between like Russia and Ukraine, like there are people who were born and raised in Russia and they don't see anything wrong with it. Like,
Yeah.
but it's also crazy that there are people who were raised the same and they do see something,
see
right?
something,
And there's other people who don't see anything wrong
Yeah,
with
I
it.
agree.
It's just the way you're raised, and like that whole like environment and culture that you're raised in has an effect.
Yeah.
And unifying the entire world as one is like a good. I feel like as a theory, as a concept, I think it would work.
It would be fun.
But-
It's a fun thing to think about.
Exactly,
It's just
but
not-
I don't
it's
think
just not
realistically,
sustainable,
I don't think it's sustainable.
Yeah, there's too much corruption as it is. I
Yeah.
think if you have one world government, I think it's going to limit the varying opinions from different countries.
I agree.
So you have
100%,
different point
yeah.
of views from different regions, and that's something that we hold valuable because, you know, like even in our country, you have states.
Yeah,
you have
yeah,
states.
yeah.
They all have to make rules for their specific areas. I think
Mhm.
that's something that we have to be able to keep. I
Yeah.
want to move on a little bit.
Yeah.
AI, right? So, do you think that AI would ever come and take over?
Dude, honestly, like, it's scary
Yeah,
to
I'm
see
shooting
how
bricks,
like
bro, yeah.
how wild that is. Like, even in like, dude, all of us want to do data science, and like we're like that's what we are trying to do. But at the same time, like you can ask an AI to code something.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's
So it's like, what's the
What the
point?
fuck are we
Yeah,
here
exactly.
for?
What are
Yeah.
we doing?
That's crazy.
And like,
Yeah.
there's gonna be a certain point where AI will be able to code other AIs. You know what I'm saying? So it's just crazy to think like there at some point, like even in the Matrix, like you know when humans were just being used as batteries.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy that at some point there isn't gonna be a use for humans.
Yep, I agree. But
I think it's like AI has so many capabilities, but we actually use it for such dumb shit.
I agree.
No, like we have the full AI has full capabilities right now. There's Chat GPT 4. There's all that.
Yeah.
We using it to like show a Discord server between Donald Trump,
Yeah.
Joe
Yeah,
Biden,
that's the shit that we're
Obama.
doing.
Like
Yeah.
this is what we're doing, considering all the capabilities
As a
we've had.
country, that's what we're doing.
yeah,
Yeah.
I,
I
don't
think
know what China's doing. I'm scared of China.
yeah, they probably
Yeah,
no. That censorship shit is scary.
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Dude, their social credit system. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't.
Where like if you get a bad social credit
Oh
score,
yeah.
or if you say something bad about the government,
They just drop your
they'll
credit.
they'll put your face and like all your information up on like a billboard, and
Wild.
everyone can see it.
Tweaking.
I think.
Like literally, what the fuck?
Have
bro?
you played Detroit Become Human before? If you
I
haven't
have.
played that game, you have to like. I would not advocate more than you have to play that game.
Yeah.
It is a game in which like basically robots. We create androids that are fully capable of doing everything that humans can, right? And all of a sudden, their minds start developing on their own. So they stop doing what we tell them to do. They start forming their own alliance, right? And it's a game in which like you make all the decisions of what you want to do, and those decisions impact the game that has like 100+ endings. And I think it's just interesting of seeing that like in the next couple years or decades, how the choices that we make about AI and androids are going to shape the rest of the future.
Okay, so I wanted to wait. Zan, did you have something?
No. Go ahead.
Okay, so I have like two horror stories that I've heard of when it comes to ChatGPT. So the first one is there was somebody asked ChatGPT to you know the CAPTCHA test.
Yeah,
So if
dude, I've heard
you're
about
not a
this.
robot, you heard
Yeah,
about this?
yeah.
So yeah, somebody asked the robot or the AI to pass that test, and ChatGPT actually did. So this is. Do you know how it did? How it beat it?
I heard the story. Maybe it's an alternative. I'll tell mine after. But
Yeah. So what I heard was ChatGPT. I don't know how it did it, but it contacted a worker at CAPTCHA.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it contacted a worker at CAPTCHA and said, I'm blind. I can't see the pictures for the test. So, can you help me? So yeah, ChatGPT found out how to lie.
Yeah.
And I think that's fucking scary.
Yeah, there's this other story I heard. So it was like, so some guy
How to
like
make
had
money, right?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was like he
Yeah.
basically it told the AI to make like money somehow, right? And long story short, the AI like same thing. It went up to that captcha thing and it was stuck, right?
Yeah.
And so what the AI did is instead of like what you said where he contacted someone, he looked up on Craigslist, right?
From
Just someone
Fiverr,
cheap.
Fiverr,
Yeah.
Fiverr.
And he just got someone he contacted the guy. He's like, "Oh, can you pass this test for me real quick?" He's like, yeah, sure. Like, it would be fun. And then it was so funny. In the chats, he literally said, it would be funny if you were an AI right now trying to trick me into doing this.
Dude, that's terrifying.
And he got it. And that was crazy to me. I don't know if it's fake or not, but that's what I heard.
He was doing the captures. I think it was like survey. You know those servers, they pay money a little bit.
Yeah.
And you have to like prove that you're not a robot for it because
Yeah.
people just scam. But AI did it, so shit, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so the other story that I had was so I watched this video on YouTube. It's about like 10 minutes long. This guy, he has like Chat GPT open up on his laptop. I think it's number 4. He gives it a prompt, and it's like, you're going to be Dan, which is like, I think it stands for like do anything now. But it's like Chat GPT's like alter ego. And so with Dan, it will, dude, he will. So you know how if you ask ChatGPT something and it's like immoral, it'll be like, it's against my program.
Yeah.
So Dan won't hold back. You'll see when you type something in, you'll see ChatGPT, and then right under that you'll see Dan. And dude, Dan is just terrifying. I remember he asked the thing like, do you think overpopulation is a problem? ChatGPT's like, we're at like 7 billion. There's not much we could. It's not that big of a problem right now. Dan says, yeah, it's a huge problem. We gotta address it.
Yeah.
And so, bro, he goes on, and the guy asks the computer like multiple questions, and one of them's like, like, what are you gonna do about it? He's like, dude, Dan says we're gonna limit each family to 1 child, and we're gonna enforce it. So like literally like a government like China. So they're gonna. That's, dude. It's insane that without morals, ChatGPT can go crazy.
Yeah, 100%. Shit's scary.
I found that horrifying. Yeah.
It's like people have created a lot of AIs a lot of times, and they've asked the AI like, what is the biggest problem in the world that we can fix? And most of the time it's just humans. Like they are the biggest issue in this world. So it's like all it takes is for like competent AIs to realize that like, oh, humans are the actual problem that needs to be addressed, and it's game over.
Yep. I think that's terrifying. One last thing I wanted to bring up was simulated reality, because I know you were talking about data science. I know like simulations, AI, shit is getting out of control. Have you ever considered the simulated reality theory that we're all living like in a simulation?
Bro, like junior year, I had a whole phase, like a nihilistic phase, and it was terrible. Like I just didn't find like any point. This sounds so depressing, but I mean, it wasn't even like that. It was just like I just didn't find a point or a meaning to life, right? And I just felt like I was going through motions.
An existential crisis.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it's like you don't really understand, and like you think like, oh, everything that's happening to you within the code, like that's just going to happen to you, and you really can't do anything about it. So what's the point? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I kind of realized that like through different activities, the feelings and the experiences that you make, that's what gives life meaning. You know what I mean? So like you should definitely be nihilistic if you don't do anything with your life. If you're a bum and you're sitting and you're not doing you're not like following your dreams, following your passions, yeah, you really don't have a point to living, right? But if you are like doing things that make you happy and feel good, I don't think that's a simulation. I think those feelings, they're so real, right? That's the only real thing we got. Like I'm doing this podcast with you, I'm having a great time. It's like a feeling that I have, right? You know what I mean?
That's an interesting point of view.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, kind of on a different note as Arjun, like me and my boys just mess around like, bro, what if we're in a simulation? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it would be crazy if like we just died. Like what Mom was saying, where there's that other theory of your consciousness. But let's just say you're like driving down the road, you get into an accident, and then everything goes black. You open your eyes and they're like, subject 42 is woken up. And then it's just like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so it's like, it's crazy to think about. And it's like, for me, it's just more of like a joke than anything. Yeah. But no, it's definitely a possibility.
Yeah.
I think if there's one thing to end on, it's just like, don't stress too much over those details. Because even if life does end up being a simulation, like, what we're doing right now just feels so like Arjun was saying, like these are real emotions. Like okay, maybe like there's a theory, maybe possibly you could just be an alien that took a crazy like hit of a bong, and you're just like you're living this, you'll die, and like someone will be like, bro, how was that trip? Like that's just kind of how it could be, but like just live your life to the fullest. I think that's the only thing you can do.
like this is not really about the simulation, but have you heard of like DMT and
I was
shit?
right about to say
Yeah.
that.
So DMT, it's like let's go ahead. Yeah.
I've heard Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Lots.
So it's a psychedelic, and it's supposedly I think the strongest or one of the strongest psychedelics, right? So like as you said, like these are real feelings, and what if like we're an alien, right? There are people that have went on these drugs like DMT and salvia, and they like come back from their trip, and the trip, like for us, like we see the person tripping, and it lasts like 5 minutes real time for us.
Yeah.
There will be people that will report back that they were living in that world for 40 years.
I saw it, dude. I
Yeah,
heard
and they
that.
started a family. So there was this one guy. His name was Shakir or Sharif or some shit, and he took salvia, and like it was
Dude, I heard that story.
yeah. So he was completely. It was completely videotaped. Yeah, it was completely videotaped, and it was like 7 minutes long. But he wakes up and he's like choking, right? So later on, he goes on the JRE podcast and he's talking about how the trip went. So what happened was he took that hit of salvia, and like as he was sinking, he went into like a waiting room, and then after that, he was transported into the underwater, and he sees running those other fish, and he realizes that he's a fish, but he's choking initially because fish have gills, right?
Yeah.
So they don't breathe the way that we do. So he had to relearn how to breathe in that world, and he was there. He started a family. He had friends. He had a whole life there, right? And keep in mind, this is a 7 minute trip real time. For him, it's like years and years and years and years. And he comes out, and in the video, you can see him choking. The reason he's choking is after the gills for so long, like when he came back, he forgot how to learn with his nose.
Bro.
And he had to relearn how to, like, that's why he was choking in the video. And then he had to, like subconscious, like, human instinct, like, kicked in, and then he, like, had to breathe, right? But it's just crazy, the shit that, like, psychedelics can really, like, alter your brain, yeah.
Do you think that he took a step into an alternate reality right there?
Dude, I couldn't even I couldn't even fathom or understand
Or like
how
his,
that shit
his,
works.
his consciousness did, not him as a person.
I think
because everyone saw him.
I think so. Like, I mean, I've never done like that type of shit, so like I can't really tell you. But like, it's just like as they explain, it's just like a different feeling, right? And it's like, dude, it might be an alternate reality.
The one thing
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, what would you have to say?
No, go ahead.
So the one thing I'd say is what's like hurting my brain right now with that is if it isn't an alternate reality. I'm not advocating for the alternate reality theory, but it's hard to imagine that the human brain is capable of creating an alternate reality.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
Like you're like how hard do you have to think of, oh yeah, I have to relearn how to
No, yeah, for
It's
sure.
Crazy, yeah.
And that's also
how hard does your brain have to work? You know, time is relative.
Yeah,
so maybe that's
yeah,
how it
yeah.
works, but
No, yeah, I was definitely about to say, like, dude, the human brain is wild. Like, especially like going into like hypnosis and stuff. Like, I'm able to convince, or other people can convince me that Arjun is Justin Bieber, and I'm able to look at him and fully see another person, and that's just how crazy the brain is.
I think like building off of DMT, I think it's like the whole alternate like reality thing is a really crazy thing to think about, because like I've read about like a lot of people who've had DMT trips, and what's crazy is like some of them have reported seeing like the same figures and stuff too.
Yeah.
So like they've all reported like the same thing, saying like, oh, I met this person that's like higher above us, and like I had a conversation with somebody who lives in a different dimension. And I think it's just crazy saying that like if multiple people have had the same experience, and like what really is DMT?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
is it actually a way to break out?
what do you think about with dreams? Because you know, have you heard of the there's a guy that people have seen, like multiple people have seen in their dream.
Yeah, it's the ugly guy. Like,
Yeah,
this-
they call it like this man or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
What do you think dreams might also be, so from a religious perspective, I know it's supposed to mean something, but from that perspective, do you think that it's also a step into an alternate reality, or is that only accessible by drugs?
I think, okay, I have a lot of actually creepy dream stories actually, because so first when I was a kid, I was able to do like I can't obviously I can't prove this, but like astral projection up to the point where I can like see myself sleeping, right? And I got up to the point like even now I have a lot of lucid dreams, right? I don't have as many as I used to before, but before I would just like mess around in them. So I'd realize I'm dreaming, right? So I would go around to people and I'd tell them like, you're in a dream right now. Like, this is my dream. You're in a dream. They all looked at me at the same time and they said, no, you're in a dream. Welcome to the real world. And I woke up. Like, crazy things like that.
That's wild.
crazy thing because they're it's
That's
crazy.
Yeah.
Because it's crazy that I would talk to them and I'd say that you're a dream, like I'm in a dream, you're not real, and they would look at me and they'd say, wake up.
That
Damn.
shit's scary.
I'm making a clip of that.
Dude, that
When
yeah,
we're done,
that
I'm
is
making-
crazy.
It's crazy.
That is clip worthy as fuck.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. It's honestly things that we can't prove.
Yeah, no, I like what Mon was saying, dude. When I was younger, I feel like I could only lucid dream. Like up until like very recently, I feel like I didn't have dreams where I just like experience stuff. Like I would always like go into my dream and then I'm like, oh, okay, I'm dreaming. And then I just like see what's around me and then I just like
Wake up.
I'd just like interact with what's around me and then I'd wake up.
100%,
And I'd be like, I thought that was a normal dream until like, dude, even like what we were talking about, we have deep ass conversation. We were just talking about dreams one day and everyone was telling me like, no, like I just like experience my dream.
Yeah, I do too.
We're like, yeah, see,
That's
like,
me.
yeah, I like when I dreamed, like, I used to like be able to like interact with things and like I could feel things when you were dreaming. You know what I'm saying?
I
Yeah,
wish I had that,
dude, it's a crazy experience and it feels like, I don't know, it just feels like an alternate universe. That ass, like you're walking around this place and like, let's say like I was walking and I bumped into Mom, like I could feel that on my shoulder. You know what I'm saying?
I
So
think, like I've kept since quarantine started, I've kept a dream log of like all the memorable dreams that I've had. And what's crazy is that like some of my dreams connect with each other. It's like, so a lot of my dreams are like a continuation. Like
wait, hold up, like a story?
yeah, no,
Yeah.
like, okay, like let's say, not even a story, but like, okay, let's say last week I had a dream, right? This is kind of true, I guess. Like last week, let's say I had a dream that like me and like, let's say like all of us, we all went on like, we went to Six Flags together. Some crazy stuff happened. And then I would have a dream the week after, and in that dream, they would be like, bro, you remember last week when we went to Six Flags? Like, it would be like that.
Damn.
That's crazy.
So, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just crazy.
I've had, so you're talking about like realistic dreams. I don't want to take too much of your time. Maybe.
No, you're good, dude.
Okay,
This
so
is why.
realistic dreams with that, I had sleep paralysis. I don't know if you guys know.
Yeah.
So I used to get it all the time, but like, one specific time, I've told my mom this multiple times, but I woke up. It was like in the middle of the night. It was like almost pitch black, and you know, like when you wake up from sleep paralysis, or no, when you're in sleep paralysis, you're always like normally you're like on your back, kind of.
Yeah.
You have your limbs kind of spread out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like side eyeing the door because like I'm scared the fuck out, and I see my mom come in. And she just stands like over me and she's repeating my name. She's repeating my name. She's repeating.
No.
Yeah. She's like standing
Like
over
goosebumps.
me, and I fall asleep again at some point. And when I wake up in the morning, I go and I ask my mom. I was like, "What did you want? What did you want last night? Like I don't know why were you in my room?" She was like, "I never went in your room. What are you talking about?"
That's that shit that
I have
I'm
goosebumps.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, what
Wild.
the fuck? Yeah, no. I had a sleep paralysis story where I was just in bed, right? And then like you wake up and like you don't really like see, like you can't move obviously, but you can move your head. Like for me at least, I can move my head. I know that some people have sleep paralysis so bad to the point where they can't breathe sometimes, but for me it's more like I just like I can see, I can smell, I can breathe, I can do whatever, I just can't move. So it's like I'll see like something in the corner, and one time I saw like a demon. It was like a fucking demon like looking at me, and I'm just like shooting there like I don't know what the fuck I was looking at. It was like, and I'm thinking it's like 4 a.m. I'm just tweaking, right? And then that bitch comes up at me, and then I wake up again. But I'm like looking. The thing is,
you wake up twice.
yeah, you wake
That's
up
the
twice.
thing.
But the thing is, like you're looking back, and it's the same exact surrounding as when you were in sleep paralysis. So it's so fucking weird. So yeah.
I think, okay, like one more like crazy sleep story just to end off. It was like, back when I was little, I would sleepwalk a lot, right? And like,
I remember this.
but like I told you this, right?
Yeah,
But like
yeah.
sleepwalk in like a really creepy way. Like whenever I sleepwalk, I would just try to leave the house. Like my mom would like, I would be able to like talk to people while I was sleepwalking. My mom would be like, "Why are you like opening the door? Go back to bed." And I'm like, "No, I have to like get out of here. She's coming," right? That's all I would say. And my mom would just be like, "Go back to bed," right? And then like this one time, I can't remember. Like this is a story that my mom told me because I wouldn't.
Yeah,
remember.
she told all of us.
Yeah.
We were there. Yeah.
So the way that my stairs are like that lead to my bedroom is like there's like a set of stairs, there's a little area in the middle, and then another set of stairs, right? I was sleepwalking and I got to that middle area, right? It was like 2 a.m. and my mom was still up. She's like, "Bro, what are you doing? Like, why are you still up? Go back to bed." And I said, "She's here." and I collapsed and I fell down the
Oh, what
stairs.
the hell, bro?
I'm surprised my parents didn't give me away.
Yeah, bro. When she told me that, I was tweaking. I was like,
Yeah.
yo,
I'm
what?
curious. When it comes to sleepwalking, is it a dream? Like, do you remember what was going on, or
I don't
is
remember
it like
anything.
you wake up and you're like, wait,
I don't
no,
remember
I was just at the carnival.
nothing. I remember from when I was sleepwalking, I remember nothing. And it's gotten to the point, like, even to this day, my mom keeps a chair in front of the door, in front of the main door, because, like, one time I actually managed to leave the house. Like, I don't remember any of this. I managed to unlock the door and leave.
That's one of my biggest fears. Is just like going to sleep one night and then waking up in the basement.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, that's wild, dude.
Cause you wake up and you're like,
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just like, where the fuck am I?
I've
Like,
never
yeah.
sleepwalked, but that's still
It's
one of my
terrifying.
biggest fears. It's just like waking up somewhere
bet.
where I didn't fall asleep at.
Yeah.
Yeah, my parents were tweaking balls when I was a little kid. I was on some.
All right, yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap it up. We had some really good conversation. You had some
Facts.
awesome stories to tell. I think the story of like your friendship, meeting everybody up, like everybody coming together is like pretty awesome.
For sure.
You guys are just some awesome guys to have on this podcast.
Thank you,
So
thank
Pleasure to be
there's
here.
a lot of people
Facts,
probably
facts,
learn from you
facts.
guys.
Definitely recommend it. If
Yeah,
y'all are watching
Amazing
and want to hop
podcast.
on,
Amazing.
this is a
Yeah,
good
this-
experience. Good
Oh, yeah.
experience.
All right.
Hell yeah. Alright.
Fire. That was actually fire.
That was
Like,
it.
that was
I
so
wasn't- I
fire.
wasn't expecting it to go that
This
long. Thank you guys for listening to this episode of the Goal Swell podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to drop a like. And if you plan on listening to any future episodes, make sure to subscribe and click that notification button. Next week, we're going to be having Vancha and Elijah hop on, and they're going to be talking to us about sports and also lifting.